You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait
No.
8 goddamn seconds.
To be honest with you, I couldn't even wait 6. I was out and about doing my thing ASAP.
This is financial. It's Team Fried Chicken versus Panther Core Highlanders.
Yep, I got
I'm
it.
also
What'd
out.
you
I'm
put?
out cold.
KFC versus PC.
How are you so broke, Mighty?
It's Team Fried Chicken.
KFC.
It's not KFC.
Hey, the
If we
lobby
use
that I'm
US
in, I want to be clear. The lobby that I am in is called KFC. You know what? I'm going to switch it so chat can see it. It's
This
called
is
KFC versus PCH. So
this is
it's not blasphemy. It's simply genius. See? See chat? See screen?
this
The
is
truth. It's the truth that I stream. The chance he feeds you lies.
I
He shovels them into your
Yes.
mouth like coal.
hey Buggle, you take your USB flavored binky
Wait,
and
they're
get
all
outta
leaving
here.
now.
Did you just?
Is it wrong?
You don't even know your own information.
They're all
Oh,
wait,
it's good.
wait, they're all leaving.
Tato said first. You are
Oh, they need to
first.
remake the lobby. Oh, we have to all log out of league. Everyone log out
No,
of league.
we don't.
They fixed
Log
it.
out of league.
They fixed the thing.
Oh, they fixed the thing.
They fixed one of the things.
Do we trust these group individuals?
No, I'm
No,
just
you
doing
can't
what they
trust them.
do because that way they can't be angry with me.
They broke something else. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Low Budget LCS. Welcome back, you 5 viewers. I'm not even going to be here for the whole time,
Yes,
but
you
I'm
are.
going to be the host. I'm going to introduce everybody here.
There's a big patch, yeah.
It's a big patch.
Yeah, it's a big patch if you relog right now.
Okay, I'm double clicking.
Everybody's at home. You can repatch your logins, and it'll
I
be
didn't get
more
a patch.
goodster. Sorry, bud.
Well, that's concerning.
I also.
Did you try exiting out of the program League of Legends and then reopening the program League of Legends?
Oh, I'm patching.
Yeah.
I patched.
Huh?
Solved.
We're having trouble talking to some of the league servers. Okay, I didn't patch, but that's okay.
We made sure that you wouldn't.
That's all right. That's
Same
okay.
here.
I'm one of the people who didn't need
Yeah, we said
to
use them
patch.
sparingly. We can only patch so many. Don't bother with LeChance. That's what I told Mr. Riot.
That makes sense.
You have an in with Mr. Riot himself?
Mr. Riot, and I don't want to brag, was my preschool teacher. So, yeah. I got an in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Words are hard.
Hey, do you play music when you do these? Am I the only guy who plays musics?
No, I put music on sometimes.
All right.
I don't do music during this part right here.
Sure.
Normally, I lead with music and then transition
Does
into
anybody else
slow
hear
music.
a car?
Yeah, I'm driving a car right now.
This is so embarrassing. My finger hit the stream deck. I have a car noise on there. All right. Well, that's
Hey, we're in the lobby. I have you two in the lobby. Do I have less in this lobby?
No, I just
Give me a little baby boy.
I'm here.
I'm signing back in. I was not fortunate enough to get this patch.
I think I patched.
Maybe you'll just never be able to watch another game for the rest of your life, Less Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that possibility's on the table right now.
I'm
We can
down.
bet on it.
You're down to never.
Just never get to watch another game.
so. Do you not want me to do the cool intros that I have for each of you guys? The custom
Did you
intros
just
that I have for
spend
each
30
of you?
seconds being quiet to then write them down?
No, I haven't written them down.
I want you to do mine and not the other one.
Yeah, just do.
Yeah,
mine.
sure. All right.
Wait,
You
wait,
know him,
wait.
you love him. He's responsible for the 2008 housing crisis. It's the Mighty Fool.
I was gonna say you should do all
Regretting
of ours,
that.
but introduce all of them as the Mighty Fool, and we had to guess which one was actually.
All
The
right.
worst
well.
part about that is I'm from Florida.
What did he do to the? He caused it, Kato. He caused it.
Yeah. Gave
Yeah,
birth
it was me.
to is probably the most accurate way to say it.
Yeah.
Gave
Okay,
birth
that's
to
I
the
think-
crisis, right?
I got
you
a few
know,
kids.
I think architect is kind of a harsh.
Yeah,
or-
that's
but-
especially. I'm an engineer, not an architect.
Right. What's up, Burl King? Reminder. God, that's a big Panther.
Yeah,
Vexrax
we're gonna-
agreed to a Yumi game next season if we lose. Signed,
Ooh.
sealed, delivered. Signed, sealed, delivered.
You know, it is
spelled
it is
wrong.
about telling, not spelling. In regards to the little tags on the stream, the little categories.
That's true. Hey, did somebody named KY Beat play in the LBLCS at one point? That seems really familiar.
KY Beat.
Doesn't that seem familiar?
KY Young Money once played in the LBLCS.
What?
You don't know KY Young Money?
No.
Absolute baller. It's in the name. KY Young Money once played in the LBLCS.
That's sick.
KY Young Money once played in the LBLCS and killed me. So think about how cool that is. That's rare.
That
Like,
is.
Was that
everyone
with
who's
enough
ever
conviction?
played
Did I
against
say
you?
that with enough conviction, or should I?
You did.
Okay, good.
Oh, shit. I gotta stream the.
There's a bunch of really handsome men in this game. Just really handsome people in general.
That's true.
Cap Topsu, DC Jackie Boy, Earl King, Nyla. We have the hardest name to say according to the Mighty Fool in this game.
Itaconic.
I don't know why you think that's the
Yeah.
hardest. It's not even the
I
hardest
feel
one to
like
say
you
in this.
intentionally made that harder than it needed to be.
I've got to see it
I'm
first.
struggling.
I haven't laid eyes on this yet.
ITACONIC.
That was more confusing when you spelled it.
IT.
Look,
Say it
you
again.
can't spell.
ITA.
ITACONIC.
I mean, it's just iconic with a "t" in the middle. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I've started
Is
to
it-
make some executive decisions where I'll refuse to acknowledge certain letters in names. And yeah, that's just iconic. I mean, it's iconic. Iconic.
Itaconic is a pretty iconic name. So
Iconic, yeah, for sure. Iconic. Yeah, I think we got it.
I would start calling him Tyconic.
It's not.
Well,
what
that's
it
not
is.
it.
It's not even accurate. Wait, we'll show chat. That way, chat is kind of.
If you pull the "t" out and put it in front so that it's just iconic, then you get like Tyconic, you know?
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Yeah.
Casters vote for which of the three of us drink. Well,
took a
Buggle has
while.
streptococci.
Yep. So I'm good.
Wait, can
on
we
the
get
whole-
LaChance to drink? That'd be cool.
Yeah,
You
LaChance has to drink
guys.
a gallon of water every time you do it.
There it is.
a
I'll drink
gallon.
But
one
no, a
time.
whole
Maybe I'll
gallon.
do a drinking.
No, a whole gallon every time someone says it of water.
I will die
Well, we'll see how long it takes though.
pretty quick. Pretty, and it's gonna be a horrible audio experience for everyone at home.
It might not be that bad.
No, dude, it's gonna be worse.
I think
It's
you
gonna
do
be
a
worse than you
lot of
think.
Talking like
Because I'm gonna
2
gargle.
gallons before
It's just
that.
gargling. Yeah, it's like drowning.
Exactly the whole time. What we'll do a drinking thing at some point. But if I'm ever gonna drink on stream, someone else is gonna produce and move things around.
Fair.
All-Stars?
We could do that. I think the idea. I just don't know that I would do a great job. I'd probably just start swearing a lot if we're gonna be real, and I already swear quite a bit already.
Yeah, you have a real potty mouth. We had to have a whole. I had to pull him aside the other day to pull LaChance aside after stream and said, "LaChance, you gotta stop. It is getting bad."
And I said, "Fuck you, dude. Fuck you."
He pushed me down a staircase.
You. And then I pushed him down a staircase. What's crazy is we were at the bottom of the staircase. I had to get him to walk up that staircase.
He did bait me up with a lot of swearing, and I came up the staircase. It's
Yeah,
really
it's true.
on me because I should
Yeah.
have seen it coming.
He
did.
wasn't
He said,
baiting
"I'm gonna
you. He
fucking
was just
push you down this staircase," and I still
he
went
was
up.
holding a can of cat food and you just went after it. Like
Yeah, he loves cat food.
Yeah.
He loves cat food. Why do you think he's got streptococci?
Yeah.
Kerrigan says, "I support the suffering of all parties," and I think that's true kindness and equality.
You know, yeah,
Right
that's
there.
equity.
Thank you,
One for
Kagrin.
all, one for-
Kagrin, not Kerrigan. How did we get there?
We're gonna start
Kagrin.
this draft. You ready?
Start it. Fire away.
Okay.
I'm not here to stop you.
Listen,
Calling
these guys
a
are
Nyla
a
ban.
financial team. They play champions.
I thought it was Neela.
Is it? I have no
Leave
idea.
it's
One of
Nyla.
us.
I think it's Nyla. Nyla would be like
Fucking-
Nyla.
Well, what did I say for 3 hours last night?
a wrong name, I guess.
I feel like Nyla is the
Again.
southern way of pronouncing it.
Nala.
Well, when you
Yeah.
use an accent, it is. Yeah.
Let's
what?
lock in Nala.
I will say, before I got strep, I did go to a pub and pretend I was British, and my girlfriend found it very unfunny. But I convinced a lot of people that I was from London, and it was not a good British accent. But we were far up north enough in the United States where no one could tell.
Banking
Or you
on
were at a really good bar.
ignorance of local dialects.
So much I was, yes. Oi, bruv. Gotta get close.
Agrin saying I'm having flashbacks to the first season's economy playoffs of the entire first game on stream being called Yep. That was
Kerrigan,
probably
Kerrigan,
me.
Kerrigan? That's enough.
Kerrigan, is that you?
That's enough, Kerrigan. Back to your hidey hole. All right. Zyra banned, Asol banned, Maokai banned, Poppy, Syndra, and LeChance. What's that last champion that got banned? Can you say it? Starts with an N.
Nala.
Thank you. Fried Chicken hovering their first
Let me
election.
get
Timo
Order-
Larkin.
I do
Order a
expect
fried
Timo.
chicken to
I'm
the side of
expecting
Nyla.
Timo could be also a Yumi
When
for
will
that
when
mid
will
lane
these
early game.
teams when will they have enough courage to play Timo in the playoffs?
We played it this season.
You guys are the only
Don't
people to
take
play
me back.
Teemo.
Do not take me
It was like
back.
what 1 in 11? Who did that?
I think it was
Mighty,
don't-
did you get
I don't know. I don't know.
destroyed
Yeah,
on
he did.
Timo?
I
He
don't
did.
know who did that.
He did.
Check
I'm
his stats
telling
real
you,
quick. Let
I
me-
do not know.
He
Um,
got absolutely dumpster rumster.
I
dude,
did have
Timo-
a few first pick Ori games though, so I think
Oh.
I know who Earl learned that from.
Oh gosh, ain't that the truth? You guys know any good stretches?
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes I lay on my
You ever
back
heard of the
and I
rack?
like put my legs up,
How high?
just up.
As high as you can get.
As high as you can get them. All right, I'll try that. Space here on the floor. You guys keep going. I'm just gonna do
Oh my God, do
Yeah,
not
just
hurt
try.
yourself over me saying some dumb shit, please.
If you have
Ugh,
steak
God.
knives, you want to put them all around the room first.
All right, my legs are pretty high in the air.
Keep them there.
How does it feel?
It feels
Stretchy?
I don't feel stretchy or tight. A lot of pain in my knees. I'm trying to touch my toes too.
Oh, that's
Oh.
crazy.
God.
That's
Can
worth
you
like too
go
much.
one cast the chance without talking about toes?
So,
Safe draft pick for Orion.
The fucking only time I've ever said that. Everyone else who has a problem not talking about toes.
I have this feeling that you mentioned toes several times earlier before the stream as well.
He did. He did.
That's
He came in here ranking them. He said,
That's
"Here's my
not
tier
true.
list for toes."
not true.
A lot
He
of
said-
detail in
He
that
said
too.
big toe, highly overrated, D tier. He kept saying that. Big
Hey,
toe-
first of all, that sounds fucking crazy. It'd be way higher up, but I didn't rank them. So
But
it's
you had
pointless
to.
You
to
have
Well, it sounds
talk
like
about.
you have them ranked if you think that's way
No.
too low.
No, I'm just saying it wouldn't be D tier. Okay, it'd be much higher up on. But it's again, this is all pointless to talk about.
What would be your least favorite toe?
I don't know
I
why
actually do
it
know
would
his
be
least
the
favorite toe.
pinky
His
toe.
least favorite toe is not the pinky toe. It's the one right next to the pinky toe.
It's like
That
pretty
makes sense.
useless.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He actually loves the pinky toe. It's weirdly at like B tier for him. Gwen, you know, he picked up.
Oh, now you're gonna talk about the draft?
Yeah, we're over it now. I mean,
Hey, can I put my legs down?
No,
Yeah, no,
you're
for sure.
stretching.
we'll do
Uh,
a different
feel like
stretch. I
stretching.
mean,
LeChance, you received a shout out from Dr. Explosive. Said, "Hi, Dad, I love you" with the heart emoji directed to LeChance.
Oh, it's my beautiful son. Don't worry, son. Your dad's just stretching.
All right. Okay.
Thresh can be banned away. Rumble banned. I like the ball delivery service with the J4.
yeah, I'm a big fan of Team Fried Chickies draft.
Yeah, the new that. By the way, if you have not seen the new art for Jax, that was what Panther Core just banned.
Awful.
Ugly. Hate it.
Looks very sci-fi. in
I
my
thought it
opinion.
was like
Oh,
a
God.
void monster when I first saw it in game. I thought it was like some new champ I'd never heard of.
Look at they made Baron a
Too many
champion.
eyes.
Yeah.
Way too many eyes.
Nope, we're not gonna let you in, Trad. In fact, Trad,
Huh.
I'm gonna rename casting on air into No Trad Allowed. That's what I'm gonna rename it.
In fact, does anybody else beside Trad want to come on for a second?
Anyone else?
Anybody else?
Just join community. We'll add you right on in.
Yeah, we'll add you right now.
Wait, there's. Oh wait. Never mind, they're in red
Unless
zone.
it's
We're clear.
Dingus. I
We'll,
just want to
we'll
put
add
that
you for we'll add
caveat.
you for a second.
Please have Dingus come back. I miss him.
I miss him too, honestly.
Yeah,
I just want to
it's
sit in
true.
a hot tub.
The love for him so powerful.
Rakan getting taken away. Oh my god, so
Hey,
many people
guys.
joining this cast.
Hey, what's up?
Look at the
Welcome.
Panther core is better. Let's do this.
Crazy. That's a
Beautiful.
crazy take.
Oh,
Hot and heavy analysis. I wouldn't want to hear it from anyone else. All right, thank you, son. We're sending you back.
If
Papoa.
Earl King doesn't get at least 12 ganks
Yep.
in the first 5 minutes,
Yep.
Team Fried Chicken have no chance. Fortunately, I think that's their playstyle.
Okay.
How do
so-
you feel about
12 and
ARAM,
5.
and would that count as individual ganks per extra player? Like,
Yes, it would, because Earl King would make sure to get all the CS, or his team would never hear the end of it.
Popova, quick question. How many waffles do you think he'll eat by the end of playoffs?
Probably at least 3 dozen.
Dude, has your waffle intake gone up since buying the
Yes.
incredibly powerful waffle device that you've
You
acquired?
mean the Cuisinart Belgian round double flip waffle maker?
Dude, we love it. Highest ranked model on the market right now. Zelius, what are your thoughts? Are you a waffle guy?
As opposed to what? Pancakes?
Yeah. I mean,
other food
We
items.
don't have to have a war, by the way. There doesn't have to be. You don't have to have a war. It doesn't have to be an in-group and an out-group. It could just be, are you a waffle guy?
That's
not how it
true.
works.
Well, like I like waffles, and I like waffles a lot more than pancakes. But
Oh, what
life
a
or
bad
death, I'm
take.
more on the savory side of breakfast. Like, give me some bacon and eggs, or like a
Cheese
nice-
waffles.
My
yeah,
man.
So-
that's reasonable.
Cheese waffles.
What one?
He made cheese waffles.
Yeah.
On
Wait.
purpose?
Cheese is
Like
one of
you
the
did it with
toppings.
intention. You thought about it and you
The
intentionally
cheese
did that.
didn't just fall in.
No. So we did one that was cheese inside of the waffle, so we got a cheese pull. That's on the vibe. And then we did one with the cheese on top, so it was like
Wow.
a crust.
Is there
Wow.
anyone else
That's
from
good,
chat that
man.
wants to come in here other than Trad?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Psychopathic Pora, you're on stream right now. Just want to ask you 2 questions. One, are you a pancake or a waffle person? Just weigh in on that real quick.
Me personally, waffles.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
great. I knew I liked you. Second I saw your name in the red zone, I was like, we're pulling them up. 2.
Look, you just gotta put all the toppings like in little holes, you know? It's
This guy gets it.
This guy gets it. Oh
Wait,
my
how do you
god.
how do you feel about mixing sweet and savory toppings on alternating holes?
Give me
Whoa.
2 examples.
Like a chessboard.
Like, okay, so you got your
not
maple
of
syrup.
Alternating, Mighty.
You've
maple
got maple syrup in one, marinara sauce in the next one. Okay.
Oh,
Soy
no.
sauce in
So bad.
one, chocolate syrup in the next one.
Look, all I'm
Marinara
saying
sauce
is that
with or
you
without
put
carrots?
hot sauce in one of the holes, and I'm all in.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'll leave you to
That's
it.
a hot
Yeah.
take.
Devastating. That is a hot take.
And you can put coffee in the next one, and you get all of the different
Get
tastes.
out.
Oh, that's
Get-
the worst.
Get the
Well,
hell outta
Psychopathic
here.
Pora, thank you so much for your time. Let Trad know that we say hey, and that'll be all.
Ruined waffles for me forever.
That was
Mighty,
crazy.
I
I
cannot
like
get
that.
over-
Psychopathic Pora, I'm a big fan of
No,
that.
I cannot
that guy.
get over him asking for an example and Mike using the example of a chessboard to explain.
Oh, that was
what
Papoa.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
he's explaining what alternating meant to him. I'm like, oh, one's one
You
gone.
fucking idiot. God damn it. I love you so much. It hurts. God damn it. Pop Boa's idea of putting marinara sauce next to chocolate. Oh, God.
It's the worst.
Horrible.
Miserable.
Horrible.
I can't take that.
You know,
Absolutely nuts.
he has a lot of opinions about marinara sauce, and next time you're on call with him, make sure you ask him questions about it.
I will.
He'll get
He
to the fucked
swears
up
by
parts really
carrots.
quickly.
And it's the worst
He
thing
swears
ever.
by carrots and some other things that we're just not going to talk about on cast right now. We'll wait for
No,
him.
he gets really deep into it. It's
He
bad.
does.
Really. And none of them are good.
Papo just said if your knife skills are good enough.
He can get
I don't know what
into
that's in
it well.
reference to, though.
Probably marinara sauce,
Oh.
if we're being honest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably
You
marinara
should see the way
sauce.
he cuts up marinara sauce.
How's this draft going? What do we think about this?
They picked 10 champions total to play.
All right.
Here's my thing, Chance.
And yeah.
There's been some bugs lately in the game.
Yeah. Tell me about them.
We put out a warning to the teams. Now, hopefully, because of that patch we did earlier on during the stream, some things are fixed, but some of the patches, or some of the bugs from the earlier patches were like bushes being invisible, like you couldn't see the bushes, and then you couldn't see anyone in those spots. You couldn't walk through some walls. All of the plants in the jungle were spawning on the base. There are some bugs with different champions as well, so I don't know if any of these champions are bugged, but if they are, we're going to find out together. Okay?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I also want you to know that I lost my game earlier due to bugs, not because of my play. And I'm going to be really clear. I played great.
You played
Nothing
great.
wrong.
Now, was this a game
I know
you
I
played
great.
like 2 weeks ago?
No,
or
it was during an hour ago. Let me be clear. I know I did great because I got no assists. I got only kills and deaths, which means I was playing great.
I just want to point out that you had less kills than me.
How many kills do you have? Yeah, but you had some assists.
Yeah, I did. That was a mistake. Sure. But
There
imagine
are-
if we both had only kills.
I want to be clear.
Good
Me and
work.
Mighty Fool have a 100% loss rate on this patch right now.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And you should be proud of that.
You should excel at something.
You know why? And I'm going to explain why. In this new patch, you can walk through walls, and me and Mighty are a lot safer if there's a wall between me and the enemy.
Yeah, or just the two of us.
Are we going to skate over Less Force's incredible burn? Less Force, I'm sorry. Did you just say at least you're good at something?
The chance. Yes, we are, by the way. You asked a question that you
That was-
interrupted before I could answer. Yeah, we're skipping over that part.
That was brutal and beautiful.
Thank you. I felt like the other two were just gonna like ignore it, so I appreciate that you brought it back to the forefront.
I'm still
Dude,
ignoring it.
that was incredible.
Refusing to address it. I'm not even
He's
sure what you said.
actively ignoring it.
Actively
I know
ignoring it by
exactly what he
talking
said.
about
I
it.
don't know what it means.
Let's Force, how many titles did the LBLCS you hold?
A big fat 0.
The chance?
But
You hold
Buggle,
one? Me and Mighty are sitting on a solid 2.
have we won all our titles together?
I have
Yeah.
one. I have one, but I earned it in a.
No,
I didn't earn
I'm not
it.
going to take that one away from you because you earned it in the most
I
peculiar
don't think
way.
I did. I was picked up as a mascot. Didn't play a goddamn game.
But I think it pushed them to
Moral
win.
support.
So I'm gonna
I do
say-
think I hold the record for being on the most rosters and playing the least games.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Right?
I would love to go back and look at the stats of that. It might be you.
It might be me because I've been on a lot of teams. A lot of teams pick me up because they'll be like, "Hey, we know you don't we know you're usually just casting, but like you want to just sit on the bench." So I've been in a part of a bunch of different organizations.
Speaking of which, next
Which is
season, do
crazy
you want to
'cause
sit
you're
on the
so
bench for
good.
the whole so you can keep this streak going?
I'd love to sit on the bench for your team. And listen, you've gone about getting me to join your team in the perfect way, which is that you're the first person who asked me. So every season, the first person who gets to me, and I just don't think anyone's thought to get to me before the next season started. So
Yeah, well, I'm ahead of the curve.
Wait,
in
are
order-
you telling
in
me
order
this is
to
the
win
first
this
season that I
game-
get to play with LeChance?
Mighty, in
Well, he
order to
doesn't
win
play,
this
though.
game, KFC are going to have to be ahead of the curve, and they're going to have to get Earl King ahead with 12
I'm gonna
games
tell
in
you
5
straight up,
minutes, like Popovic
what a
said.
transition.
Their draft is really good, but it has one glaring flaw.
Yep.
It's like 90% AD. and if you want one person to be sole AP on your team, it should be Earl King.
Yeah, it's not even
For
the
sure.
champion that they're on. It's just the fact that it's Earl King.
Yeah.
You're in God we trust, right?
Yeah,
Trusting Earl
but
King.
still.
I did like the takeaway of the Rakan away from the Zaya, though. Jackie Boy picking up that Rakan. I am not sure who's going to win. The only way I can know for sure is Let's Force. Who'd you put your money on? Oh, we didn't even do Schmeckles. Oh,
You
Let's
haven't
Force.
even
I
done
can do it. I can do it right now.
Hurry,
It's gonna
hurry,
be
hurry.
super
Let's Force,
short.
Who are you going to put money on?
Who am I gonna put money on? So Fried Chicken was the 1 seed, right? They only lost 1 series all year.
Mhm.
I think that I think their comp is a little it's pretty cohesive, right? You know, Ori with a Leona, the Jarvan go in, Zaya can protect herself. Panther core,
That's the right.
it's
Side.
got a lot going on. But I think we're gonna have to, for the narrative, I think I'm gonna go with the Panther core Highlanders. You know, PC Jackie Boy on the Rakan. That's gonna be my sneaky MVP candidate for this game. So
Okay.
bet wisely on Team Fried Chicken. That's my advice.
Big talk. So I'm gonna put my schmeckles on the other team then, since they're wrong, right?
2 minutes on the timer for betting schmeckles. If you want to bet now. And look at that. The casters, LeChance and Vega, just the way it should be. And it's 1-1 already. Welcome to game 3 of Fried Chicken vs. Panther Core. Yes!
Hey, Bug Boy, what are you at? Like 36, 37, 38, 39? I counted too fast.
Yeah, your favorite player is getting hit by Jarvan right now.
Ida,
That's not a
Iconic.
hard name to say. It's not Ida. What?
What?
It could be.
Ida Kanisi?
All right, Mighty, I'm going to talk you through something. Hit Control-Shift-Z and scroll back on your reel twice.
You want me to do one of these?
Yeah. Okay, then what are you doing, my guy? What are you doing? Putting us in outer
That was good.
space.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Wait,
Yeah,
both of
that's
these teams
perfect.
haven't won a game. Hey guys, I'm really on top of this stream tonight, so
You're perfect.
thank you. Wow.
Perfectly.
I would like it if you said
Perfect.
there's no room for improvement, because that would make me feel like I'm doing everything I could be.
I don't know,
Yeah,
I'd touch up a couple things.
No, I know you
mean-
would. I know you would, but I'm saying.
but
in
they're all
general,
cosmetic.
They're all cosmetic. It's just your looks that I hate.
It's just your looks. I think spiritually you're a very impressive person.
King
Wow.
hitting minions, but missed. Oh my god, King missed the minis at 0. King still has 0 minions. We'll see when he hits 1. On the scoreboard.
Is this
he's
a
down
bug?
0 to
Is this
4.
one of the bugs?
Nope, he's just missing every minion. Oh, he finally got one. I just wanted to watch
I've solo
this back
killed
and
Earl
realize
King
that we
before.
noticed it.
Oh, he was just letting him crash in.
Level 2 on Tark right now, kind of going in for some big damage on the Earl King. Ducklord getting the level 2 proc up in the top lane too.
I don't know how I feel about this fleet footwork tech on the Tristana middle though. I feel like it's a little scared, you know.
Wow.
I think it's fine. I think it's good.
We're just looking to harass Earl King, which is
Yeah.
like typically a good call. You want to get this guy off his game.
Earl King, when you listen to this back, I mean this, not as good of an Orianna player as the Mighty Pool.
Fact. Absolutely. And also Ferris middle. Slap. Just saying. A few seasons ago, a lot of people don't remember me. I remember it.
Never forget.
I love that you say, oh, a nice steal right there from Shady Gecko, going very aggressive, hitting up. How do you say that name, Mighty?
A Tyconic.
Iconic. I think it's meant to be said in sort of a hey, I'm
Nice
walking
knock
here.
up right here from Jackie Boy, trying to find some damage onto Vexrax. Does get the stun in response, and now they're chaining everything. There's the Zenith Blade going through, Ignite being dropped onto Vexrax from Jackie Boy. Iconic, the flag and drag, nice from Shady Gecko, but a double flash over the wall keeps them safe. And no one dies.
Yeah,
So-
Ruffian got pushed off of the signature Neela. You're gonna say it different now, just to mess with me.
Neela.
But feeling pretty comfy on that Ezreal. Had to E away there, but not the actual flash usage. It's a very, very safe pick.
I'm gonna start going in onto Earl King. Bomb is doing a lot of damage. He's gotta be careful. Earl King wants to murder.
Yeah, and Earl, I mean, in spite of the early CS mishaps going on, still up a couple CS in this wave. And that is a big wave pushing in, so good wave control, a lot of damage coming through onto Tark. And Tark has to leave that pretty sad and sorry wave state.
Alright, here's the catchphrase you could have. That's gonna leave a Tark whenever he gets a kill. That's a pretty good catchphrase you could have.
That's horrible. I hate
You don't
that.
like it at all?
No.
Oh my god.
If someone else said it,
How could
would
you?
say it?
What if he was playing Pike and he said,
That's gonna leave a Tark.
X
that's pretty good.
X Tark's the spot if he was playing Pike. What about that one? Really? Is it just that we don't like the word mark in terms of Tark? Okay, all right. What if like he has a nice headshot with Caitlyn? Like that's Tarksmanship, right?
That's pretty good. I like that one.
Okay.
The buffer
is connected to mid lane, but yeah, the buffer was nice.
The patented fried chicken style. I'm surprised it took him this long until that scuttle fight for support to leave lane, head towards the mid lane. These guys are super aggressive. Shady Gecko, Vexrax, believe have played a lot together, so they've got that synergy down.
Also, I think what was it? Popopa said 5 minutes, 11 ganks.
5 minutes, 12 games.
Thereabout.
So not enough.
Like nowhere
Way
close.
under. Yeah.
Way under. About 11. 11 over is what he guessed.
Not a great
guess.
better.
I mean, that's why he's play-by-play and not an analyst.
Yep.
Is this bugged or is Zach just not back? Or I mean, Garvin just. Oh, there he is.
King does a really good job trading with that ball, just starting out with the Q, the W, the E, pulling it back, make sure it pulls back over. Looks like Zach might go in the mid lane, but Directed Cam likes top.
Yeah, this is the spice, though. I mean, we've seen what a Gwen can do to the top lane matchup, right, Buggle?
Yeah, let's not talk about Gwen out loud too much, but I have seen Gap Topsy's Gwen. I have not seen like Ducky Lord's Gwen too much, so interesting that they're throwing it back at him.
This is cool because Duck Lord, I think, traditionally known for those tank champions, the Malphite, the Ornn especially.
A little bit of a takeaway pick here. Here comes Zach into the mid lane. Vector's gonna get knocked off. A lot of damage onto them, and over the wall goes Tark, and that's gonna leave a Tark, ladies and gentlemen. Can he get another one? Urlking taking a lot of damage from it, but has the ball in a nice spot.
Not growing on me.
Really? You didn't even like it in the cast. Okay, all right.
No.
I mean, I
If
respect
I
commitment.
think I need to hear it like 10 or 11 more
Shady
times.
Gecko lurking, but not able to find a kill right here. The jump away from Iconic will be enough.
Tatsu being forced to watch his opponent back under the turret, that always feels bad, especially if you're an aggressive player like me who just wants to run in there, probably die, but get that, like, you know, mental edge. This is why I'm bad at top fight, honestly.
I like the I like the self-realization midway through the sentence of like, just want to charge in and fight, probably die, but you know.
That's how you
So
improve.
much reflection in one moment for him.
Like, when did his tower get there?
Two-shot barrage, not going to connect onto the monster. Pretty even in CS except for the mid lane where Tark is very far behind.
This is a definitely Earl King comfort matchup, I would think, as well.
Yeah, there's a reason it's the Earl Kingdom in the mid lane. It's because that guy's an absolute maniac. Going a little bit deep on Tark, though. Playing Tarko
thankfully.
Polo with him.
Oh, well, that one
Trying
was
to
just
find
really,
him.
really bad.
You don't like that one either?
I
That
kinda
was
enjoyed
like
that.
the
I don't
worst
know.
one, in my opinion.
Oh my god, I'm getting
Listen.
roasted. I'm
Keep
over
them
here
coming, dude.
thinking outside the box. You know what it is? You guys are what's wrong with comedy, man.
Buggle's just over here trying to make his Tark on the
People are
world.
doing so much damage on the gap top, so
Oh.
can he finish him off? Not
That's
gonna
pretty
hit
good,
it for
chance.
the last all.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
That just came to me.
Creative
Honestly,
genius.
Gatatsu doing really well there. I thought that was going to go way more Gwen-sided, and
Ate a lot.
Tatsu just holding his own, using that ultimate to leverage the healing, and
Yeah, the early Hexdrinker saving his life in that fight did get proc in it. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
I'd be a little bit
Kevin,
worried in this spot, too. Ooh.
The chance single-handedly ruined comedy in 09. Interesting
09
bit to
specifically,
take,
yeah.
But 09, I guess, is the year that LeChancey ruined it, so.
Comedy really went wrong in 09.
That's yeah. In the same way that the Mighty Fool is responsible for the 2008 housing crisis, I am responsible for the crash of comedy in 2009. So
The end of the
Everybody has a
2000s
bad
were a
year.
rough time.
everybody has a bad year. It's a great take.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a lot of people
Earl
going
King's
in
in
right
trouble.
now onto Earl King, doing so much damage. No shockwaves come out. There it is, but it's a little bit late. Doesn't even trigger. As Tark picks up another.
Yeah, and not even being over aggressive there. I think the wave was pushing back in. Earl King just stepped off the turret. Probably looking for poke as they had been the whole game. But the angle was there.
I really like what Panther Core is doing, having Jackie Boy roam around the map, try and make plays and get Tark ahead, because Ruffian, or Nyla as their new name is, they're playing Ezreal, super safe, can kind of, even if the wave's not in a great spot, you know, they can like farm from a distance as we see some more trading. But I just like Jackie Boy going out and making proactive plays. That's, like I said, was going to be my MVP heading into this game. So far, I think he's living up.
I think so too. Trying to make a flag and drag play onto Tark. Not going to find the damage to pick him up though. No CC hitting. I agree. They also have really good synergy with Itaconic and Jackie Boy. Both can engage from really far distances, especially if Itaconic goes in first.
Yeah, but I think to Les' point there, definitely Jackie Boy has more like ability to get out of this lane and roam. Just because Ezreal is going to be so safe, especially with the both summoners available. Really, really hard for Vexrax to look for that angle in the 2v2 or 2v1.
Ooh, just missing.
Those are the
Yeah,
spots
Iconic
where
looking.
I honestly look for that like turnaround. Ooh.
Yeah, my stream's frozen at 11 minutes. So,
Okay.
just want you to know that whatever
We're
you're
at
experiencing,
11:15.
we're
Yeah.
experiencing 11:02.
Idigo's trying to kill Itaconic right now. Does finish it off with Earl King's help, but Tark is in trouble. Oh, flashes for the kill. Itaconic, or sorry, Shady Gecko gonna clean that one up. Vexrax and Jackie Boy enjoying a little supportive combat. The bottom side.
True Chef Raj almost did come in and finish off Earl King, but Tark in the end.
We
did
need to
get
go for
finished
the
up.
resync here.
Yep, 11.
11:45.
29,
Yeah, I'll pause it for. I'll
30.
pause
Okay,
45.
I'll back up to you. I'll back up to you.
Nice dodge right there. Earl King trying to stay away and does as we're about to hit 11:40 in 1 second.
Okay, nice. Wow, look at Getatsu. Okay, so we did see the Gwen rotate down for that mid lane skirmish. Actually pushed out the mid wave as well. Really trying to help Tark out with that wave state. But it is punished with, I think, 1.5 platings there. One was already kind of halfway down. And Getatsu picking those up. Topside going to be equalizing a little bit that gold.
Now would be a good time to fight though for Ducky Lord. Obviously, don't have the ult, but you have the mythic. Getatsu sitting on a decent bit of gold with those plates. Probably just gonna look to hold the wave. Got a drag coming up. Earl King under danger.
Ton of damage
Yeah,
from
Earl
Itaconic
King.
is running all the way in. They are going to be able to find this kill, or can they? Yes, he can. X-Tark's the
Once
spot.
again. No.
Sorry.
I don't like that one. I don't know. I just think because it feels like, I'll tell you what it feels like. It needs to be like a pirate champ for me to be really
Okay.
in the vibe.
Gank
I have
link?
to feel that. Yeah, like GP, maybe Samira mid
Would
could be.
Pike,
I don't
Pike's
know,
okay though,
it's
because he's
bad.
got the X if he finished
Pike.
it with the X.
Is Samira a pirate? I don't
Pike's
feel like
too
that's
on the
accurate.
nose, right?
Yeah, pirate
Wait, is
energy.
Samira not a pirate?
Samira's got pirate energy if she's not a pirate.
Yeah, I don't know. He just feels like a pirate, man. How old was LeChance in 09? That's true. I don't know. Think about that a lot.
60, 66 maybe?
Yeah, I'd say like 50
Maybe.
tops.
Because they're 66 now, so 50 something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how long ago was that? Like 40 years?
Itaconic is going to find Vexrax right now. Two Trap Barrage is coming through. It's a lot of damage on him. Over the wall goes Nyla.
Yeah, Nyla getting in there.
Shitty Gecko coming in though.
Yeah, nice flag and drag right there. Good job from Tark. They're going to find so much damage on the big carry of Earl King. He goes down, but his teleport's now coming in. Shady Gecko is too far deep in that back line.
Wow.
Yeah, Topsu, can you do anything in there? Zai is able to pick up one. They're looking to pick up another right there. He's pretty big in front of it all, taking so much. Yeah, Sushi with the big ultimate. If they can pull those back in and do anything, that's great. But right now, two go down for one.
Yeah, no Blade Caller at the end of that, but Sushi did a really good job turning back 1 kill there. And it started off, I mean, insanely good buffer from Tart, but kind of like an even fight. And once again, just the proactivity out of Panther Core is really, really punishing so far in this game.
Okay, so I'm not sure which map bugs tonight are happening with Ocean Dragon being the map change. But let me know if you notice any.
So let's do a little survey, right? Because we did have a patch, so I don't know if any of them are going to be happening. But I don't see plants in the fountain.
Yep,
And
plants are in the jungle.
Yeah, I have seen them on the map, I think.
They're okay, now taking a little bit of damage from Tark as they are going in.
Going for Iconic.
Iconic looking to punish the overstaying Earl King is going to find a little bit of damage and going to find the Q. That should be enough. They should be able to finish him off. He's just going back and forth in the bushes right now. Tark trying to keep some distance. Earl King, make sure he gives the King over to Iconic. Herald drops in the mid lane, going to take that tower. 2-shot barrage going to hit a couple people though as well as Gaptopsu and Ducklord are going to hit each other.
I actually really like what Tark did there. He said, don't worry about the kill. I want this tower. Really trying to leverage that push and get the extra damage on so that in the next wave, with the Tristana bombs, you can take the tower.
I really like how these teams, they're just going completely like tit for tat. You know, Panther Core makes a play bot, immediately Shady Gecko's walking mid with the Rift, and it's not as if they're just picking up a farm or they're, you know, basing, you know, they're making something happen on the other side. So even though the kills are in favor of Panther Core, it's pretty much dead even through, you know, the first 15 minutes here.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's looming over like Panther Core's successes in this game is gonna be that threat of like, obviously Sushi's doing great, has that bot lane lead, but it's always with this team, with Team Fried Chicken, it's that threat of Earl King in the late game.
Well, Panther Core's done a great job at setting him back as Ducklord ulting
Yeah,
in.
the ultimate's going to hit Gaptopsu a little bit. Should be able to walk out of this one safely. Nice proc, though, on that bloodline to make sure the maw goes off.
Yeah. Gaptopsu still has ult, so I think there's some power available still to kind of equalize there. But it is more difficult with that maw proc.
Extracts might be in a tricky spot.
Yeah, this looks awkward.
Jackie Boy found him with that Scry Orb. This could be really
bro.
big trouble if they do find to go in. There's 1 CC, there's 2 CC, there's 3 CC, but still alive as Vectrax is able to flash over the wall and keep their life so far. Ducklord looking for it though. Gonna not pursue as Vextrax weasels their way out of that one.
Well done. And actually, I think overall, with the Hex Flash being available, I don't think Vextrax had to burn that much.
Yeah, flash over the wall. That was pretty much it. No one really was able to follow. They didn't have the desire to. It's just a kind of a spur of the moment pick from the Scrying Orb.
Uh-oh.
Down the bot lane, Tark can go all the way in on Earl King. So much damage hitting him right now. And Earl King muster up the courage to try to fight back. That's a shockwave that's going to hit right there. Jump over the wall, though, should be enough from Tark as they're going to pick up their 4th kill of the game, and Earl King goes down 5.
And this is looking like a really smart draft decision to have this Tristana middle. Tark looking very comfortable, but also the aggression that Tark's able to pull against Earl King, especially now in the side lane that we're seeing that does not bode well for Team Fried Chicken.
Shady Gecko looking for Nyla, is not going to find the flag and drag, is going to use the Cataclysm, but the flash out means that they stay safe. Iconic has also roamed to the mid lane up in the top lane. And Gaptopsu take this tower, he's not going to be able to get off his Demolish proc, has to back up.
Smart there from Gecko to wait until Nyla popped the E and then immediately ulted so that Ezreal had to flash out if they went to live. A big cooldown up for the, or big cooldown down for this dragon as they might be looking on Ducky Lord.
Yeah, Vextrax has made their way, can they connect his Zenith Blade? The teleport actually coming in as well. Earl King is going to join this one. It's going to be a 3 against 1. Can they find the damage to kill her? They're going to have to get in range if they want to hurt her. There's a lot of damage going on already, and that's been the kill picked up. Now they have no agency for this dragon.
So much committed there. I love the way Vextrax chooses to play that. not throwing the Zenith Blade right away because Gwen can be immune. So you just close the distance. You try to run at the angle to cut the Gwen off, get in that close range encounter, and then you won't be denied your Zenith Blade entry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they were thinking or something on the champion they were on. That's great.
Hey, support mains gotta respect each other, you know? I'm out here, I'm just enjoying the show, you know? I want to share that with my chat, you know, give them the experience of seeing through a support's eyes, you know?
PC enjoying the dragon as KFC are able to take a top tower as well, so a little bit of trading going on across the maps.
Yeah, definitely. And I think coming out on top will just slightly be Panther Core because that dragon stacking is starting to come into effect.
Vextrax is lurking. Jackie Boy's gonna match. Shoe Shot Barrage doesn't connect as Earl King. Moving quickly, gonna have to back up out of here. Tristana has taken so many towers already. 3 towers to 2 right now is what we've got for red and blue.
Yeah, Trista really strong. Got about a little over 1,000 more than anybody else. So Orianna gonna have a hard time matching. Renekton gonna have a hard time taking those autos. Tart kind of the big player here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're looking, funny enough, we're looking at the 80 carry kind of mismatch on the other side. Sushi had a great start to this game. Still up CS, still deathless in this game. We're looking at kind of Sushi Monster alongside Earl King to bring this back into like even or advantageous fights even for Team Fried Chicken. The 2 carries in the back line, definitely the players to watch, I think, moving into the mid-game fights here, now that we're hitting 21 minutes.
Over the wall comes Itaconic and do a little bit of damage on the Gap Topsu, but it's 3 levels down, so once he's out of tower range,
DP
it's a little bit tricky to fight him, but
Oh, got stunned.
damage hitting up, back up here into the river. So much being committed onto Vextrax. She's so tanky, but Earl King up in the top lane already killed, already taken down. True Shot Barrage is going to connect, a little bit of damage hitting onto them. I thought Vextrax was going to walk out safely, but I didn't recognize Earl King getting soloed.
I thought Vextrax was dead. How is Vextrax that tanky?
Well,
He's like no MR.
Is fun. That's what he says.
That's so broken.
Finds one. Gap Topsy back against Itaconic. He's going to get CC'd, hit up again underneath the tower. Tower shot's going to connect as well. Oh my god, Jackie Boy's such a little troll.
Ooh.
What a little goblin.
That's messed up. Just the tiny gawking goblin.
That should be the top tower going down, and the mid. Well, maybe the mid will have to sit for another day.
PC are definitely rotating well.
Absolutely.
They're playing really well as a team.
I think they're leveraging the sack pick really, really well as well. They are Jackie Boy especially is doing a good job of controlling vision around the places that they want to fight.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time that means you're canceling, you know, some sort of map movement or idea from Team Fried Chicken and getting an advantageous position for Itaconic to come in on a fight.
Ducklord does have 2 people down here up in the top lane. Earl King again getting hit up by the 5-in-1 Tristana, almost removed. Sent back to pad. Herald gonna get dropped though. We'll get a charge off down here. Oh.
Oh,
what the?
My.
Okay.
Flip that and just send it to Earl King.
Oh, the buffer.
Brutal.
I'm gonna do it. Vextrax taking some damage, but as we've seen Vextrax survive these. There's the flash away.
W's on. Apparently that's OP.
Just unlocking the Hex Flash.
Yeah, just unlocking the Hex Flash. Power comes out. This is how you defeat a team like KFC, though. You crush their king. You regicide.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of the pressure and the weight of this has gone on to Sushi Monster's shoulders. That's a tongue twister, that one. But also, as we were talking about in the draft,
Gecko might choose to go in right now. Here comes Gap. They're going to drop that ultimate. Can they get in and stop this Baron? They've already stopped it. Now it's a 4v4. A massive hit up right there. So much damage as Itaconic is blasting them all. First kill goes to Stun. A second one to Ezreal as they're taking down KFC 1 by 1. There's 3. Can they find the 4? Sushi Monster trying to stay alive. A big R might save them. That's a triple kill. That's a full ace for 0.
brutal fight. And that is going to be the first death for Sushi Monster. I don't think is a great sign for Team Fried Chicken here. The gold lead going to be about 6k. Obviously, that'll grow with the Baron buff being transferred over to PC here. But I think one of the biggest problems they're having is that, as we talked about in draft, Earl King is the sole AP damage source on this lineup. If you set Earl King behind, there's no magic damage.
Yeah. Buy a little bit of armor, even if it's just boots, right? Even if it just plays steel caps, you just get so tanky because you remove their AP threat even when he is alive.
Tark right there, by the way, just reset with 5k gold on that base. So just bought a full Bloodthirster and a Noon Quiver and had a little bit of change left over. Just I don't know, it's just I don't know, it's pretty good.
Yeah, looking at the CS, Sushi Monster actually still up a ton of CS over Nala, but they're not really amounting to much with the gold advantage that the team has across the board. Earl King, again, I think Earl King is just dead there with an R auto.
Nice knockup right there. They're gonna find Earl
Dead
King.
there.
He is
It's still
there.
dead, I guess.
Just an E auto. That's all it took. Aftershock may be providing a very minimal amount of damage too, but they are gonna be pushing in right here. They're gonna be looking to. I like that they're set up right here where Zach could either go mid or bottom. Could help either way. He's in a spot where that E can reach. Tristana being matched by Gaptopsy right here. The range advantage, you're going to look for it. Tark actually getting hit up by a little bit of damage, but he's so fed right now.
He's going to heal it back up with that Bloodthirster. I mean, it's going to take at least 2 people to try to deal with this Tristana.
Yeah, nothing Gaptopsy can do on his own there. And this is so awkward because you do see the Gwen had to push in this wave in top lane. Oh.
I think they're just trying to be a little bit of a nuisance. He's going to make them go over the wall, but it might not be what they wanted. They find so much damage on a Shady Gecko. Tark has already picked up 1. Can they pick up another? It looks like Backtrack should fall. True Shot Barrage is going to connect onto the Sushi Monster with a big ultimate. Are they going to pull the feathers back here? Are they going to stay alive for a moment longer? They won't. It's a 4 for 0. It looks like PC should be taking game 1 off of this push as all 5 die.
Yeah, it's just so rough. And the Earl King dying in the jungle there, getting caught out, really kind of sealed the deal, put the nails in the coffin. As PC going to clean this one up. Really no opportunity to come back at the end there. Very clean execution by the Panther core.
Yeah, this is good.
Somebody was begging Vega to have their babies because their voice is so hot.
Mm.
So
Can
I'm
you blame
wondering
them?
which one they think is Vega.
Which one of us is Vega?
Because none of us are Vega, so it's awesome. So I hope they tell us who they were thinking.
It's
I don't know
not you, and it's probably not me. It's gotta be
I don't think it's
Les.
any of these 3 voices.
It's gotta be Les.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was quick off the Tark in the mid lane on that Tristana. I gotta get as many of these as I can get in, by the way.
That was the worst one so far.
That was the worst one?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well,
It's
he set a
brutal.
bench Tark for himself for the rest of the series. So I'm thinking he's gonna have to hit it as we go on. Rare invites to the next one. How was that one, by the way? I'm gonna have to start asking.
No, speaking of bench Tarks, that set the new low.
Really? You guys are so rough. I'm doing my best over here, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Like the effort is just like
The effort's
I don't know.
there.
It's like the execution that's like the
Really?
thing
You
that's
think
got to
it's-
get worked on.
Am I just forcing it too much? Is that what's happening?
It's also just delivery, man. You're not confident at all.
I sound overconfident, if anything. I think I'm too confident. I gotta say it more nervously. I think that's what's actually the problem is.
Try it out. Try it out.
Okay. Well, now I gotta think of another one. Now I'm put on the spot.
When it comes to you. When it comes to
You know what? He's I gotta do it nervously too. It's actually kind of hard.
Just be really afraid.
He's really writing a story. He's like Tark Twain or something.
Mm,
Didn't help.
Oh my god! What do I have to do here, boys?
I don't know. I tried being helpful. I did.
You did try being helpful. I appreciate it.
I think we gotta shout out these recent subscribers. A couple of studs from this last game. We got Ruffian with a very long streak here. Is that 22 months? And then Jackie Boy, 17 months. Good morning, Panthers and High Goats. I won't say who said what.
Ooh, big call out here. Highlighted message in the chat from
Mhm.
Little Robot Man. Everybody knows it, but it's nice to be reminded every once in a while. LeChance does in fact lick toes.
This is interesting. Team Fried Chicken, back to back reigning. They were going for the three-peat financial champions, but one more loss here, and they're done. Their season is over. Upset as the one seed. So they gotta think about what they need to change for this next game. Because I think more than like play, I think it really was just Panther Corps were just moving around the map so well, having good timers, and I think they just played the map as a bit of like a chessboard. I know you're a big fan of chess and checkers, Mighty. I think
Oh,
they
yeah.
just played it really, really well.
Checkers?
Mighty fucking loves checkers, dude. Mighty, talk
Probably a
about
simpler
checkers.
game.
Talk about how this game is like checkers right now. Go ahead.
I'm gonna talk to you about the draft as if it were a game of checkers. I know nothing about checkers, other than there's like these little circular pieces on a board, and if one of those circular pieces was Earl King, um, I think in checkers the pieces you move early are more likely to die, and they have selected red side as far as I'm aware, instead of first picking their best player. So Earl King's probably looking to not be one of those pieces that dies early and be one of those pieces that like, do they queen when they get to the other side? Like, what do they become?
Jesus Christ. Let's Google it. Just Wikipedia.
He's gonna turn into one of those double jumper guys.
The
No one
double
can see your
jumper.
screen, bud. You can just Google all
Yeah.
the rules right now.
I'm not doing it. I know what's going on.
Hey, what's
I
the
know what I'm
actor?
about.
What's the actor that played the Hulk?
The actor?
Yeah, do you know the actor that played the Hulk?
Bruce Banner.
Now it's Tark Ruffalo. He's gonna go full beast mode in this next one.
That I liked. That was good.
Because I had to set
It
up.
wasn't bad.
Because I set it up. I gotta set them up a little better. Did they switch sides for this one?
I think
They
so.
did.
Yeah.
They did. KFC gonna take that red side.
I'm telling you, he's gonna be the double jumper guy. I haven't gotten into spectate yet, so I think I'm just gonna play.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks. Yeah.
Like
I'll be
checkers?
here too. Yeah, no, I'm good at checkers.
Well,
Like
you just said you
100.
don't know much about it, so how can you be good at
He
it?
hasn't
I'm like
lost
100.
apparently because he's never played it.
Oh, I've lost. I've lost.
Oh, I lose a lot.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. That was Mr. Fantastic levels of stretch for that one. Are you kidding me? Are you talking about my
What-
joke? That was a
what a
great
roast.
joke, dude.
Chat also fucking hates the Tark jokes.
I don't know why, dude.
What do you guys think about game one? Who was like the MVP for PC? I mean, was it really Tark?
Well, dude,
or
I'll
was
tell you
it,
one
was
thing.
it-
Tark, I
Are
think
we
had the
asking
most.
chat?
He had the most gold. He was like Tark Cuban in that game. He was crazy, dude. Come on, these are. I can only do so many before I actually run out of things that sound like Mark or Tark.
Now
keep
I
it
feel
going.
like I set you up a little bit for that, and
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, right there. Escape from Tarkov in the chat. Shout out Verja. I guess they're a fan of your
Thank God.
your bit.
At least they're playing with
The
me.
one and only.
I appreciate it, man.
I mean, I think the MVP's got to be, the people that set up Tark to succeed, and that was my call going in. PC Jackie Boy got those roams, gave the kills to Tark, and he was unable to execute. Q and execute related Mark Tark reference. I couldn't think of one, unfortunately. I would have if I could have.
That's fair. That's fair. There are for draft. They're saying you can jump down, Mighty now.
I can't.
Oh, PC Jackie Boy did just take that spot again.
Rat. I should.
Now you can jump down.
Hang on.
He's got to finish Checker's turn.
What happened?
You're good. Everyone's just moving around you. They'll figure it out.
Drag to invite. How do I make it stop doing this?
I don't know. Are you? What are you doing, bud?
Did you break
I can't
something?
see your screen, buddy. I don't know what you're
I
doing wrong.
think I broke the damn.
Let's see what. Have you
All right,
tried?
I fixed it. We can do this.
Oh, someone's gonna have to move for you.
I invited Buggle and it fixed it.
What? What are you talking about? What? What is Mighty talking about right now? Don't understand.
I clicked on a friend in my friends list and it put this giant this is like invite thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go over here.
So now you're back.
No one
Weren't you
can
just
see
down
what we're
in
even
the
talking about. It's not
players?
even on air. I guess I'll just click on this. You can see Mighty's incapability to join spectate.
Is Mighty okay? That's a great question, Luffy. How you doing, Mighty?
I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna have to play this game. I'm ready. Warmed up. I stretched with a chance earlier.
Sorry, I'm looking up all famous people with the first name of Mark because I ran out in my head.
Wahlberg?
I know, I forgot Mark Wahlberg. That's the most important one. Damn it. Oh, shit. There's a bunch, dude. I did get Twain. I did get Cuban. I did get Ruffalo. I don't know any of these other people.
Name one Mark.
Mark Burnett.
Name a
Who is
different
that?
Mark.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
know that
thought.
guy
That's what I
either.
thought. This is a bad list I found, guys. Mark Slade. Mark Weber. Don't know any.
These don't sound like real people.
They're definitely all real people. It's about whether or not. Darky Tark and the Funky Bunch is good because it's Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah, I like that. That one kind of hits.
Into draft though. We still see the ASOL and the Zyra. That's telling me maybe they're because they banned Zyra last time, right? I can't remember what they banned
they did.
second. Maybe it was the Maokai. So I
Yeah.
guess they are just they're gonna keep the same. Now does Fried Chicken ban the Triss? Do they ban the Zac? I think either of those would have been good calls.
You usually see teams that win stick with the same bands unless something was crazy oppressive. They're saying nothing was crazy oppressive. We did a good job preventing Earl King from popping off.
I don't think that Team Fried Chicken needs to ban Triss just because they're very unlikely, I think, in this game to pick Earl King very early. Zac, I do think was smart.
I also think if you're expecting it coming, you can play a little differently too. So like, okay, that's something that's on the table that they played really well with. They actually only played really well with it once they started getting kills. It was down about 40 CS in the early stages of the game. It did have a kill in response of it. They didn't get that kill on it. It does not pop off in the same way because it's just down in gold.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that is that the draft identity of Team Fried Chicken was very much centered around Earl King. Right?
Mhm.
He was the sole AP damage dealer. He was the big team fight ultimate. And they were punished very heavily because they were able to Panther Core was able to focus on that. Ash gonna be, I think, a pick I like here, just because
is a-
Udyr is not that long range engage option. So like immobile AD carries are still kind of okay.
So Sushi Monster Classic on the Ash. I think we'll probably see like a Nautilus comes to mind as someone who's had to play Fried Chicken many a time. I would say Nautilus or some other type of just generic kind of engage in the bot lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Right away. Yep. Yeah, Nautilus Leona is a very Vexrex style. The response from Panther Core will be interesting, though. I think that I'd be surprised if they don't grab an 80 carry here for Ruffian. The support, I think they can hold off on, but I don't think Jackie Boy will. I'm kind of expecting maybe the Rel, maybe the Rakan, maybe another engage option here. They are going to try to take away the Orianna, which I think is bold, but Park is looking maybe to ban away counters in the next round, unless Team Fried Chicken's willing to grab Roll King's champion right away.
Yeah, Ori just I think is like the signature mid laner at the moment. I know at least like the pro level that's like what you're seeing a lot in like the world's prep and stuff. I would expect to probably see an ADC or support, and it's gonna be
Ooh,
a
Jhin is
Jhin.
crazy.
I'm a
That's
Jhin hater
crazy.
personally.
Okay, but have you played the Jhin Cog lane?
I have not. I think I saw that you guys played it, and I don't know how it went. So you're gonna have to fill me in.
So I thought it was the most broken bottom lane that you could play because it's just so much poke in lane. Like Jhin is crazy with the W's long range.
Mm,
Kog'Maw E, AP Cog, it's so wide, it goes so far, and it pushes the lane like instantly. So it felt really good, but I actually think Kog'Maw Caitlyn is a little bit better now. Um, but it's still a very interesting idea. I actually like that Team Fried Chicken aren't going to take the bait. I would expect an Akali ban right away here from Panther Core. I think Akali is one of those things that is just going to eat Jhin and Orianna alive. And it's a very, very well-known Earl King pick.
yep, super immobile. We could see the Earl King Victor, a classic in the LBLCS. Some would say the one person that can get the build correct. I'm just trying to think. Earlier this season, we saw a ton of Jace. I don't think I'd run it with the comp
It's
they've
not as
currently got
good.
going, but I'm just trying to think of what, because they probably need AP coming through mid. I mean, Rise, I synonymize with Earl King as well. So there's a lot of options here. We see a lot of top lane bans coming out. The Camille. We see the Thresh for Jackie Boy
I
getting
like
banned
that.
away. Jin Thresh, one of the bot lanes of all time.
You take Akali here. Holy shit, it's still up. What? What happened? Um, yeah, no, I mean, Akali, you could say for last pick. I don't know why you need to. I really don't.
I mean, you probably would pick. I mean, I think you'd
Jax. That's
Jack's
wild.
blind. Yeah, I
They're
it,
blinding that instead of just pick Akali,
yeah,
guys.
I would have to agree if that's the route they were going. Something tells me if they've got something really interesting cooked up. I do agree with a ban of Rumble though. Jax, Jarvan, not Ash can all set up the equalizer super well. So getting that off the table made sense. Panther Core got to pick their support and top. The Ornn weak side king of the top lane gonna get hit a whole bunch
That's
in
Lord Ornn.
by the Jax, and I think you don't necessarily need another form of engage coming through support. You got the Udyr, you got the Ornn, who's like the primary engage. So like maybe you see more of like a
I want the
an
Kog'Maw.
chances are slim. They're not 0%, but
I want it. They're not gonna pick it. Alistar. Okay, that's a very Jackie Boy champion.
very
If they
very
pick,
Jackie Boy.
I'm very upset if they just go and pick Akali now. I just want to point that out.
Could pick like a Silas. I think there's some good ults to steal. I think that
Silas is
matchup goes
great here.
okay into, or like the laning phase is obviously a little weak, but if you can get past that, you got the Alistar ult, you got the Ornn, Ori Shockwave always, and you have a Jarvan delivery. That'd be my pick, I think. Instead, they're going to opt. They're
Hello?
with draining the clock every time, and it's
Wait,
the nothing.
hello?
It's the nothing. Oh,
How do they not know? Earl, man, cast it in.
Oh.
Terrible. Terrible.
Well,
Terrible.
it's not where I would have gone. But
Just pick Akali. Look who you have mid.
all right,
I'm
Team Fried
upset.
Chicken. If you lose this game, I hear that the Mighty Fool is offering draft coaching at
I will
an
help Earl King get his
unreasonable
mojo back.
cost, at an exorbitant cost for you guys.
A few thousand schmeckles at least is what this is going to run you guys. But I'll give Earl King his mojo back. That's, I mean, if you think about it, that's really priceless. So Cassidon, that's ludicrous. I don't like it. I think it's fine in terms of like overall like. Actually, no, it's still bad. It's just bad. They have no pressure mid from Cassidon against Orianna early game. Their Jarvan has even less like gank opportunity. This is bad.
I think there are things that I don't love from both comps, because when I look at Panther Core, I see an Ornn, an Alistar, and an Udyr, none of whom are particular. I mean, unless Udyr's going that crazy like Halo Blades AD build, like you're not getting a ton of damage from those three. And then you got a Jhin as like your primary AD, and Jhin like if he doesn't have those 4 shots, is pretty weak. So
Yeah.
there could be a lack of damage to try and get through like this Jax, this Casson getting in on the back line.
So
But
that's
again,
the thing, right?
yeah,
I don't think they're that tanky from Fried Chicken. I mean, there are tankier builds from Jarvan and Cassidon that could be went,
hmm
but overall, it's like mostly offensive tanks. Jin isn't terrible in those situations.
well, as a Jin hater, I think he's terrible in all
In
situations.
every situation, right? I was
Right.
surprised when you said Alistar, Orin, and Udyr are the wrong picks. I agree
My-
with the Udyr and the Alistar, I
I
think.
believe. Well, I love Ornn. I know Itaconic plays the Udyr. Fun fact: my team just played the PC Highlanders in the last week of the season, and they did play the Udyr in the game against me. So I know it's a pick of theirs. I've had this argument with my AD carry many times. He is a Jin main, and I'm a Jin hater, and it's just one of those things. It's like an agree to disagree type situation. Somebody's got to get the short end of the stick. I did pick it for him this past week. Unrelated, we did lose. I'm not saying it's because of the Jin, but
You are. And it's okay that you are.
like it fits my narrative, right?
Yeah, no, it should be what you're saying, honestly. I would agree with you if that's what you were saying. I'm going to say right now, if you're a Jin player out there, do not encourage your support players to pick things like Alistar. Don't tell them to play Braum. Don't tell them to play tanks. You should pair a mage with your Jin
Jin Zyra,
every
Jin
time.
Zerath.
Jin Kog'Maw.
Well, maybe start with like the basics, right? Like you don't just jump right to like riding a unicycle. You start with like
I'm going to quote Droxers right
start
now.
with like training wheels. Okay, go ahead.
Droxers literally said, and I quote, Cog is just a better Zerath.
Put
End
it in
quote.
writing.
I did basically did. It's eternalized
It's
in the
eternalized
archives of
in
the
the VOD when this
LBLCS.
gets uploaded. All right, some things I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a Nautilus roam mid lane before the 230 mark. I think Vexrax and Sushi Monster. Well, you've seen it multiple times. They go for these cheesy. I mean, I'm gonna call them cheesy. You can call them smart. They'll shove like the second wave, and then they'll just go mid with 3 people and try to blow a flash or get a kill. I don't know if the Banana Man is still in chat, but I think they might still have PTSD from back-to-back games of that. I think we're gonna see Shady Gecko being super aggressive again on the Jarvan. Last game we saw him invade super early, and that's just like how Fried Chicken plays the game. And I think Panther Core last time just kind of knocked them off their pace a little bit. So I'm assuming we see them get back to their roots here.
I'm going to say 2 really crazy things. The first thing is tied to the second thing. The first thing is that I expect the Jarvan to be bot lane, and I expect Team Fried Chicken to play through bot lane this game. And the second thing is that they are picking Cassidon because Earl King has lost the mojo, and they are not confident, not just Earl, but maybe even the whole team, in the ability to play through mid lane against PC in particular. It has nothing to do with necessarily Earl
Never
King as a player,
underestimate the power of the
but
Scout's Code.
just an overall feeling of the series. I think
Oh.
they've lost the ability to make that decision, and they're saying, we're going to pick scaling, we're going to rotate to bot lane with our focus.
Counterpoint to the counterpoint. If that was the case, isn't Caston a champ that you have to invest in? Not even in terms of resources,
No.
but just belief. You have to believe
Oh yeah,
that Cast you're gonna get to the late game, and then Caston's gonna do something, right? Because
that's not Cassidon, right? That's because it's still Earl King. Right? You're like, well, if the game hits 30 minutes and we have a Cassidon and Earl King's playing it, we're gonna win, right? You're believing that the team can make it to 30 minutes, right, or 26 minutes, or whatever you think Cassidon turns into a freak of nature and kills everything. So I think that's kind of the narrative behind that, right? Is that
Mhm.
they want to find a different avenue to reach that point where Earl King becomes a monster. And they've given the tools
back,
to
and
make
I
Earl
want to
King this late
say
game.
I've got a totally different take.
Okay.
My take is that they should have subbed me in for Earl King. hear me
They were
out.
trying to sub me in.
They were trying
That
to sub
sound-
you. I saw them trying to sub you, or I saw you have the inability to jump down.
They kept going to spectate, man. They're too quick.
My take is that it should have been me in there. For a couple reasons. Reason number one, I haven't lost a single financial game this season. Haven't lost it. Haven't even
Neither have
died in financial yet. And because I play at the commercial level, which is the level below, I would bring a lot of knowledge into the game of like what not to do, which is something they might need. So that's 2 really good points for me. What do you got, Mighty?
I have one serious issue with what you're saying, and it's that
Okay.
you went and said that you played at a commercial level.
Well, maybe lower than economy this season. I had a couple pop-off games.
I feel like our general like sentiment as like a whole team was different from that.
Really, you guys don't
Not
think
just about you.
Oh, fair. About all of us.
Yes, that's
Sounds the team's got some like behind closed curtains talks they gotta have. Sounds like not everyone's on the same page over it.
no. We
Stop,
are
drop,
though.
roll.
We are.
We are. We all
Are?
suck. We're there.
Yeah, we know where we need to be next season. That's where we're at.
Yeah, we're going executive next season. We now have enough competition to keep us on our toes all season. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then we got really lazy after like one game.
Watch the flash.
What happened?
So that is the patented. I
Right
mean,
up
the
mid,
core
baby.
JJ rush down mid. You have Nautilus. That hook takes up almost the whole lane. If a mid laner, is caught sleeping, which Tark was caught asleep at the wheel there, burns their flash, and that might come back to haunt him in a couple minutes.
He needed to be quicker
One
off
thing
the
I wanna
Tark
know.
if he wanted to not have to flash there.
Damn it.
Kind of set you up for that one.
Yeah.
What
did.
is Tark's ping? That's what I want to know. Because if you have less than 100 ping, you just wait to see any other flashes, particularly Nautilus.
Mhm.
No, it just wasn't ready for the speed they're coming in. I'm gonna say, honestly, you gotta throw him the question Tark after the flash. You gotta start dropping it
Oh.
right on him.
But they wouldn't. Oh no, question mark still works.
I'm not even gonna cast this game. You guys are gonna cast. I'm just gonna make Tark jokes.
Yeah.
Nobody wants this.
Yep. So Mighty, you can do play-by-play.
Sure.
I'll do all the Tark jokes.
Sure.
It's gonna carry the cast. Don't even worry.
Nobody's buying it, man.
It's great, maybe. A little bit of action here. Nothing too crazy.
I'll tell you one thing I like about the Earl King cast setting, because I have been kind of a hater the whole time. I want to see how Earl plays this in this lane. I
Yeah.
don't think it's a fun matchup.
Oh, I see what you mean. So is he gonna find a way to still be aggressive in a matchup that should be miserable for him?
Yeah, I just want to see if he's able to continue to farm and maintain
Oh,
HP
look, here
in
it
this
is.
matchup.
You see that Nautilus Vexrax leaking up
Yeah,
to the mid lane
instantly.
for the cheesy second wave roam.
He's getting
Kinda good,
spotted
though.
out right now, but we're gonna flash over there in just a second. Probably Direct to
Ooh,
Camp
he
does
hits the hook.
find it, and a lot of damage onto Tark.
And this is why it's just insane that Tark has no flash somehow right now. How is that possible?
Ooh.
Nice dodge with the counter strike. Does get the stun off onto Ducklord as well.
I'm surprised that despite the fact they knew Vexrax was coming, it still worked out. We see Jackie Boy trying to bail out this wave state here for him.
That's a good one. Another Mr. Ellis. Nice. Thank you for participating in chat. I appreciate that. It says Cash is out here looking for the Tark of the Covenant. Thank you. I needed
Ooh,
help.
I like that. Okay, so that's like adding a letter instead of exchanging one.
I think that
It's
this
like
is
more effort.
just like Tark Wahlberg. Tark can play anybody that he wants. Like, he could just do it. He can just take the character, start playing. He can play flashless Orianna mid lane. He could play Tristana with extra flashes to jump in, do everything they want.
I don't
extra
think that
dashes.
worked. That's like a criticism of him, isn't it?
Ooh.
That he's like he's a more one-dimensional action guy.
No, have you ever seen I Heart Hockey Bees?
No.
Okay, well, if you're not a Tark Wahlberg fan, you wouldn't Okay.
Yeah.
So, great. He's great in I Heart Huckabees. Go watch that movie.
I'll check it out. I will check it out.
LBLCS brought to you by the original writers of I Heart Huckabees. Oh wait,
If
no,
I
is there a
don't see
strike going
Mark
on?
Wahlberg.
There's a strike going on. Don't watch any. I lied. Don't watch anything.
What the writers? No, I think they came to an
They
agreement.
They
won.
settled? How much money?
Yeah, they like a lot.
Because we write
What do
these
you mean?
scripts for
You're not-
playoffs, so
They won big. Oh, wait a minute.
they won big. I like that idea too, though. They crushed them in the settlement. Yeah,
I think
keep
it's
working.
great if we use that narrative and we're just like, we won big, guys. It's time to.
Nice stuff from Gap Topsu. He's gonna ward hop to get away.
It's clean.
Earl King is pretty heavy up in CS because he's had the pressure.
This makes no sense, by the way. This is just the horrible. Again.
Well, it's just the class. Like I said, Vextrax is going to commit when they're on something like the Nautilus, time and time again. They'll go mid, try to get Earl King ahead, try to accelerate this casting. I think they gotta keep casting like afloat in the early to mid game because if they fall too far behind, then it's just kind of a done deal.
Yeah, and because they were able to crash right there, like Sushi actually stayed up in CS while that was happening, so it's still up in CS down here. Jin does have those boots finished though, so will be pretty hard to catch unless they can get the flash onto him.
Yeah, Sushi underrated in this series. I think Sushi's played really, really well, even through these early game laning phases. Just and I think Ruffian's pretty good in lane. So just doing a really, really good job of maintaining that CS lead.
There's a flash forward, is going to find it. PC Jackboy's going to get the knockup, though. The root in response, and here comes the slows from Sushi Monster, peppering them in as they can. But the Flag and Drag's not going to find it. There's the flash forward, but they don't get the knock underneath the tower. The Ignite being dropped as well, and PC Jackboy will be first blood. Now here comes Itaconic, is doing a lot of damage. Vextrax could be in trouble. Sushi Monster trying to kite back. Nice Q from Shady Gecko to peel off the armor. That's just going to be a 1-for-0.
That was really, really well played.
Horn being dropped right there. Nice dodge from Gap Topsu. Duck Lord, can you find it? You can't.
Yeah, Topsu's been very clean with these hops out of danger. He knows the limits.
Uh-oh.
Is fine. Level 6 Kassadin really not as scary as the level 16 Kassadin.
Not quite. Missing a 1.
Yeah, just to put another one up there.
Alright, Duck Lord is going to go down. Nice flash away, but Gap Topsu picks it up.
All right, we'll talk about name origins for a second. I mean, you're getting a little bit of you're just getting a little bit of reinforcement on that Gap Topsu label.
Yeah, you're right. They did win. I just didn't switch this scene because I'm so smart and capable.
Well, you weren't here to be fair. Me and Mighty were
I was not here. That's right.
blabbering
About
on.
a 5-minute, 6-minute hiatus.
Yeah, we were bonding without you, and now I don't really think we want you anymore.
That's fair. I get that. I'll leave if there's a game 3. I'll just walk away.
Yes. Yeah, I was being mean. We still want you.
I was being mean.
Big to admit it.
Natural
I
state.
wouldn't.
It's a natural state. It's not mean if it's your natural state.
It's fair. I'm just a little beach.
Oh, look at this hex flash. Look at this tech from Jackie Boy to get over the wall
Crazy.
quicker. That was
It scared those
insane.
minions.
Thanks, Banana Man.
I feel like this wave has been in the same spot this entire game for the bot lane. Just always in that spot where it's dangerous for Nyla and Jackie Boy to walk up. Sushi and Vextrax kind of have the prio, and without vision, Panther Core doesn't know if Shady Gecko's around.
I feel like also this top lane, and I think it's getting really bad for Ducklord because we've seen the solo kill. Now that Gap Topsu Gap Top, right?
Yeah. Has a bigger lead up there, but Ornn in these team fights is going to be able to do a lot more, especially these mid-game team fights once they start happening, so...
Ashar missing mid.
Yeah. One of the scary things I think for the later game as well is the threat of 1-3-1. Park is a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, I think Jackson Cats will be able to. Gap Topsu now in a lot of trouble. Is going to dash away, but does get hit up. Itaconic should be able to pick up the kill. There's a massive counter-strike to stay alive for a moment longer, but the Storm will finish them off. Here's the response going in bot lane. Sushi taking a lot of damage as Vextrax trying to CC the carry right there. PC Jackboy does get ignited too, dropping super low. One more auto attack might be able to finish them off. Can they pepper it in? There's the flash forward from Sushi Monster, able to find one. There's a respawn damage, but it's not enough to finish him off.
A little bit of a pause here.
He's searching. He's searching.
Peeking.
Oh.
Nyla.
Cataclysm and a flash away means that Nyla, formerly known as Ruffian, is able to get out.
I love how Sushi played that. Actually committing in with the flash as well. Secures that kill. Dodges away from the Jhin damage. Very, very clean. This is what we're talking about as well. We've seen 2 kills now in the bot lane. They have helped out Earl King a bit, but a lot more of this focus, at least more than is usual for the team, going bot lane for Team Fried Chicken.
Earl King taking a lot of damage from Tart.
As I say it, here comes Captopsy running toward mid. The whole team is converging. Help the mid lane.
Arrow does connect onto him right there. There's the Ashe ultimate and all the response. So much CC onto Jackie Boy. He's going to just find a way to stall for a moment longer, but they should be gifting that kill over to Earl King as he picks up his first of the game.
Well done. And Earl back to farming. Has a really nice advantage in the CS as well. Pounding on top of these stacking items. Got that first kill. And Team Fried Chicken's off to a roaring start. 4-1 is the score. About 1,000 gold lead, give or take.
Jackie Boy's got to catch up on some levels here. Only level 4. Vextrax should be about to hit level 6. So he's got some room to grow here. I don't know if they should be looking to contest this objective. I think KFC's got this one in the bag, but it looks like Jackie Boy's fishing.
They could be looking for his Tarkus walking over 2 from the mid. They're going to end up finding 4, and that's a massive engage right there. It does go over to them in the end, though. Red picking up the dragon, but they might lose their lives. Sushi Monster getting hit up. Vextrax has to flash away. There's the Flag and Drag from Shady Gecko, so he stays safe. It's a 1-for-0, and the drag picked up.
Okay, well done. I like, and I'm just going to say this as a support player. Oh, here we go in the top lane.
Look at this chain combo, so much damage. The next auto should be able to finish him off. Can he get the counter strike before the kill hits? He's gonna be able to trade it back as Gap Topsu shows us why he's named what he is.
That's so crazy. I really thought that Duck Lord was gonna repay Gap Topsu in the top lane. No shot though.
Close.
That was so close. I was gonna say earlier in that team fight, I'm watching both these support players multiple times, time and time again. They're playing that front line. They're blocking Jackie Boy using the flash. Again, both supports have Hex Flash, so not a huge commitment. But definitely a little bit more than Jarvanal. Good play from Shady Gecko there. Good look. These supports are not afraid to jump in the line of fire and block shots onto their AD carry, their backliners, their jungler, even around a Drake fight, as Vextrax had showed in that last fight. And Sushi did end up going down, but I just want to commend both supports for having that wherewithal, that game sense to get in the way.
We're getting spotted out by the Hawk shot. The pings are coming down, and Gap Topsu feeling pretty confident up there in the top lane. Really good solo kill that we saw earlier. Chat loved it too. Captopsy, one of those players that has a lot of fans in the LBLCS.
Yeah, I mean the name helps.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's pretty dope. But yeah, the gameplay really inspiring. I think.
Look mid.
Yeah, trying to find it onto Earl King, but Tark could be in trouble as well.
Earl King's got the moves.
Just gonna keep jumping away. Jungle issues, same dude.
So what does this mean is the question, right? Are they lagging? What's going on?
No, they just have issues.
Just having a rough day.
Jungler has had an existential crisis and needs a minute.
Funny enough, let's talk about I Heart Huckabees, the newest sponsor of the LBLCS, which is about existential crises.
Really?
Yep, it is. So here's what you got. Oh, Bear TV.
Do you want me to watch
Love you too.
Tark
I want you
Wahlberg?
Can you put in Tark Wahlberg? Yes.
Have an existential crisis on camera?
Yeah, I do actually.
I'm kind of here for it. Yeah,
What's
I'll
up,
do it.
party? So
Party?
here's what I think. Here's what I think about this game. They made 2 good calls. One good call so far out of KFC is they did not sub me in mid lane. That's a good call. So I would not be doing this well. Earl King is playing absolutely buck wild crazy. He's not falling behind early like he did game 1. And he's on a late game carry. It'd be really messy for these guys. The other thing they're doing really well is they're not having these giant 5v5 team fights. They're just skirmishing. Their team just wants to skirmish right now. They're not trying to do the 5v5 team fight until they're ahead, until Casson can run them over. I think as long as they can avoid those things, they will be safe and they can kind of carry this to a win. On the other side, I think that if you are Panther Core, you need to start setting up vision ahead of time and try to bait fights into certain areas that you want.
I'm gonna say as well. I was a big proponent of. I think Les suggested the Silas. I was talking about the Akali. Now that we're 13 minutes into the game and it's not doomed for Panther Core, or I mean for Team Fried Chicken, they're actually ahead. Kassadin will fulfill the same exact role of diving the squishy, immobile champions in the backline as Akali or Silas. Might actually be better at it going into the late game. So that is going to be like really, really useful for this composition of Team Fried Chicken, where they have the Jarvan, they have the Nautilus, they have that Ash Arrow, able to engage and pick onto these targets.
I got
and
paused
I think
for a
that's
little bit
kind
there,
of
just so you know. I'm at 13:22, 13:23.
perfect.
Yep.
Same thing.
Great.
But yeah, I think they're gonna have a pretty good time, especially as you're saying, splitting the game up until they're ready to take 5v5s with this draft. Looking at the mid lane, Earl King actually has 2 platings on this turret, which is just insane. Getting that last one there just before the turret plates drop off. Be happy about that. Not happy about it. Iconic yanking in here. No flash expended.
As well. Down in the bot lane, though, Shady Gecko looks like they're going to come in, maybe look for Jackboy. Ultimate's going to hit. There's probably the ultimate to release the CC, but look how much they can chain on him. He does do a really good job deflecting all of this damage, but he will get taken out in the end as Shady Gecko picks up the kill. 2-6 goes the score, and a nice gank could turn into a tower, too.
Heck is having the roughest game of all time.
It's just what happens when you play these engaged supports, right? You know, you're by peeling for the 80 carry, and Jackie Boy's doing such a good job of keeping Ruffian alive. It looks bad. It looks bad, right? But he's doing all the right things, and so like being bad has never been so good, kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, some would argue that it is bad and you could play a better champ, but those people would be me, and most people don't care what I think. So.
A lot of damage on its Tark.
Got that Roa stacking up.
I think Ornn is holding that Ornhorn for a long time now. Just doesn't actually want to fight, although does get some CC right there. Off on a Gap Topsu.
As close as it's been, we've seen what happens time and time again if Ornn does go for it.
Nice flag and drag right there. Is going to find some damage. Cataclysm is going to follow a flash away to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but he will go down in the end. Able to burn
Earl
the
committing
flash.
the flash to one shot there. It's so good.
Yep, trying to find some more damage right now onto Iconic as well, but Jackie Boy coming on in to save him.
Yeah, clean execution, and this is kind of what Les was saying, where Team Fried Chicken, the team known for putting the pressure, making these aggressive plays in the early game, get Topsy taking a little bit more damage. This is the danger zone, though, for Duck Lord. We've seen this before. Close on HP, Jax seems to win out. But I think we are seeing that kind of identity from Team Fried Chicken this game. They are being the proactive team, even with some more scaling picks on the roster. They are still finding these picks, still finding these opportunities, and capitalizing in a really big way as the lead is ballooning. This tower going down is going to make it about a 3,000 gold lead, 2.5k.
And one of those reads, oh, nice ultimate
TP
right
with
there.
the
Being
Ornhorn.
dropped. Here comes a double teleport.
TP.
One from each team. Itaconic gonna get CC'd up. Here comes the Ornhorn. Gonna connect onto 2 as they go all the way in. A flag and drag gonna find some, but even Gap Top 2's on the back now. A massive counter strike gonna find 3 of them. Stun up. Backtrack should go down that ultimate. Yes, he does. Udyr's gonna get traded as well as Gap Top 2 drops super low, but the flash forward from Earl can keep him safe for a little bit longer. He gets CC'd, gets knocked up. Can Jackie Boy finish him off as Orn goes all the way into the back line, but it's a 2-for-1 so far. They're looking for more. Shady Gecko dropping super low. Able to save alive for a little bit longer. Sushi Monster doing his best to dance around. Earl King trying to find his way back into the fight, but that might be it in this one as Sushi escapes with a sliver of life left.
Really, really close.
There's so many low health bars just on both sides here. The fact that only ended up being a 1-for-2 is they're not even done.
Back in Tark. He says,
What?
"Tark my words. I'm gonna take you down." Shady
That's
Gecko
horrible.
finds that one right there. Sushi Monster gonna be chasing right now with Earl King. Ducklord in a big heap of trouble. They're gonna find one, but the bounty blades might take him. Nyla, can you find any kills? They're so close yet they're so. Oh my god, the turn.
Earl's gonna
The
kill
turn
him.
from Earl King.
Oh, Itaconic though.
Yeah, Itaconic
Gotta
is
get
there.
him.
Vexrax here, though, trying to hang on. Can Jackie Boy get in range? A
Jackie
nice
Boy
pullback
triple.
from Vexrax keeps his team alive for a little bit longer. They can't go underneath that tower. Earl King could choose to re-engage. It's Shady Gecko that goes in, but he has the Gore Trigger to stay alive, get a little bit more health. Now the Ignite's taking down Itaconic, and things are going from bad to worse. Jackie Boy is able to pick up 1. Can he pick up a second with the Ignite? He cannot, as the Triumph heal comes through.
Crazy re-engage there from Shady Gecko. I didn't think that they had the HP, let alone the follow-through to go for that. Everybody on Team Fried Chicken proved me wrong. They said, this is the moment we're going in. Massive payoff. Absolutely insane advantage coming from that fight. Sushi Monster did go down. Really clean movement, though, in that fight. Gotta say props. But I'm going to point out, on the other side, one player stood out like crazy to me. The player formerly known as Ruffian on the Jhin, and I know you're not going to like this, Les, because you're a Jhin hater.
Yep.
I think they played that really, really well.
Well, it's like they played it as well as they could on the Jhin, right? And we saw 3 super low health bars there, and I'm not saying if it was like any other AD carry, it would have worked. But it was just super. I mean, he did play well. I think Ruffian did play it super well. I think both teams like had moments in that massive engage where they both had shining moments, but ultimately just Team Fried Chicken played the dirty scrap a little better. They got the objective bounties, they got the dragon. Tower gonna go down top though, which is good. But yeah, the scrappy style is just what Team Fried Chicken and Howdy Chef, another potent team in Financial. This is just what they do. They play super scrappy and they challenge teams to kind of answer them.
Yeah, and
It definitely.
because we talk about a lot, but like the extra MR and armor that these guys had from the early Mountain Drake they were taking is a whole difference in that fight too. Yes, their items mattered. They were a little bit ahead in gold before that fight happened, that super elongated one. But when you have that much resistance, you're literally going by 50. As things are starting to get taken, a massive fight is breaking out. The Cataclysm is going down. They're able to find one onto Udy. They're looking for more. Here comes the Ornhorn. Can they try to return some damage right now as Shady Gecko drops super low? Massive Gorger keeps him alive for a second longer. And now the Counter-Strike dropping onto him as Sushi Monster's going to get hit up and killed. That's both ADCs falling right there. A flag and drag going for Tark. He's able to flash away. Earl King trying to go super aggressive onto them, but Ducklord protecting. Trying to set up a pick for his teammate right now. Can Tark throw his ball over the wall to help his team right now? Gaptopsu finding some more damage. The return with the ball. I think they will be back. Yeah, there's the flash from Earl King. He's able to find it just in a moment of weakness. You've got to learn how to penetrate the other team's armor when they're not watching, and it is going to be KFC taking a very commanding lead.
That coordination in that fight between the top side from Team Fried Chicken, the rotation from Gaptopsu to come in as Shady Gecko is gore drinking 4 players for a fat heal alone. And then just the 3 of them converging, wiping out instantly. Ruffian on the backside, finding the flash onto Tark. Absolutely crazy play. It looked like a scrappy, crazy, hairy fight that wasn't really going their way, and they turned it on its head instantly.
Yeah, it's one of those fights where, I mean, Les was bringing it up, Les Force was talking about it. They want to do this because this is where they excel. They excel when it's all adrenaline, just team fighting, trying to figure things out, quick coordination, communicating. right? They struggle when it's these slower slogs of games, that landing phases are super long and it's harder to break out of the shell. But they've broken out of the shell. They've taken a really commanding lead. I mean, just look at the goal difference in these guys.
Yeah, I think another part of the difference here is that Tark is in trouble.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Tark
just
is in trouble.
in a
Nice
bed.
shockwave to keep him back for a little bit longer, but he will get taken down in the end as Earl King is off and running 8-0.
Not out of the woods yet.
No, does have a few more dashes though, as mid lane's gonna have a little bit of a skirmish going on as well. Going golden,
Jhin has
trying
the
to
ring.
stall that time. He's gonna get
Good
CC'd and
W.
hit up. Can he return any damage? He gets a
Yes,
little bit of a
Jhin.
jump, but he will get taken down. Shut down
Good.
gold onto Jhin.
That's huge.
Big.
That's so huge. And I was gonna say, the difference maker in this game for me is that you've got so many of these characters, but especially Earl King, on champions that are mobile. Earl King with the movement out of the Kassadin would have been the same on the Sylas or the Akali, by the way, just putting that out there again, you know. But I think that makes a huge difference in this game versus like the Orianna from last game.
Onto Shady Gecko, should get the flag and drag to get away, and he does. As 4 are moving through the jungle though, they're moving as a compact unit now. They know they have to fight like this. They cannot fight in skirmishes.
What kind of a freakish mutant monster is Shady Echo's Jarvan? Like MVP caliber, like this is going off.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. They can't. Oh my
Heartbreak.
god, that was almost BM. How clean that was.
Just unlocking the Hex Flash.
Just unlocking the Hex Flash, baby.
I still think Panther Core, they're well within this game. I mean, the gold lead's not great. They're not close to the soul yet. You know, there's another 10 minutes before they have to make that fight. So they just have to find spots they can try to get picks. Maybe catch out, like we called out Earl King there. Got Topsu, he's got a bounty. Shady Gecko's got a bounty, and like the way they play aggressively, can lead to shutdowns like that. So there's still hope for the Panther Core fans out there, but I think they probably just gotta sack this Drake.
So I have a question, a big Q, if you will. This isn't a final.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
this game is not a final.
This is the
not
first
fun.
round.
This is the first round for them.
That's insane.
Yeah. These are 2 very good teams here.
Fun fact, whoever wins this game, assuming that my team's able to... Oh, actually, I'll hold that
Oh, a lot
thought.
of damage right now falling onto Jaggy Boy as he has to run away, but here comes Teleport trying to match everybody. Full team fight will be breaking out if it decides to. There's the flag and drag going in. I'm paused at 23:46.
I'm
Don't tell us what's happening.
okay,
Now
here
we're
we go.
going right back into the fight. Here we go. Here comes the Ornn.
Hey,
Getting
boy,
dropped down. Cataclysm already there. They're able to find Orianna first. Can they find the rest of them? A flash forward from Vectrax means he's able to push up 1. Shady Gecko now looking for another. Yeah, Topsu finds a massive counter strike. That's a double kill for Kassadin.
Oh, the
Can they
damage.
pick up any more? Jin's able to trade 1, but here's a massive Jin'o. Finds 1. Can he find another? He misses it, but now he's the backup. Is Sushi Monster pushing in? It's a 3 for 2 as KFC come away with the lead.
Earl is lurking though. He's looking for more. Drake will be secured, I think. Shady Gecko, again, making so many good plays. Gets out of these on a sliver of HP. Sushi Monster as well, gonna be able to pick up this dragon on the back end. They're stacking up really nicely. Next one will be Soul. This puts them at Soul Point. X Drake really feels good.
Gonna be a nuisance with that Sushi Monster Ash with the Hex ult. That'll be a problem. This Kassadin already a big problem for Panther Core. Again, that fight was looking so good, but Fried Chicken able to just obliterate Tark before he's able to use that ult, and there were a lot of low health bars. So that fight could have looked a lot differently had Tark been able to get off that Oriar. But again, just kudos to Fried Chicken for just identifying like that's who they needed to blow up.
Yeah, they were able to find it. You were saying unsung heroes before, Shady Gecko going crazy. Same thing with Gap Top 2. Massive counter strikes in the backline just to chain CC onto people that get flag and drag to get dropped into Cataclysm. Having a really good job in these team fights being effective for the side of KFC. I think that once the Ornn items start coming out, that's the chance. Like, that's your moment where you have to start coming back because it does give you that extra little bit of gold. So next couple levels from Ducklord, we got to pay attention to who he's giving those items to.
Yeah, and I think critical to highlight here, how crazy is it that with this deficit in the game, PC is still holding on so well. Shady
Looking
Gecko
for
in
something
trouble.
right now. Shady Gecko having to burn that flash to get away. Here comes the ultimate being dropped by Ornn. They're going to find a little bit of damage onto him, but look at how tanky he is. Just a drain tank that's able to escape to use the blast cone. And drops the BM with the The emo.
Every time I watch PC, though, they get to this point where they're pushing for late game.
Could be in big trouble because now they got everybody converged onto one spot. Nyla trying to get in position for this fight as Gap Topsu and Earl King are going to be coming in from the side. Massive counter-strike's going to find one. Now Nyla trying to back up away from Earl King as they're able to chew down that Alistar first. They're looking for Jack next, and they should be able to kill him. They do. Jin goes down. Iconic is the next one to follow, and a late teleport from Ori's not going to be helpful as Baron
Guess
now
what
should
level
go the way of
Cassidy
KFC.
is?
Damage though, being dropped
17.
onto him. There's the shockwave response. He's gonna be able to jump on his target. Target almost down. He does die.
Nah.
Yeah, I just Panther Core just feel maybe it was just like feel like they had to go for that Baron play. I mean, it was a good look on Jarvan initially, but the reinforcements came in. You used the Oriar, you used the Ornar. There wasn't anything left in the tank, and so they get the Baron. They win the big team fight, and now it's looking a little tough for Panther Core. They're really gonna have to bunker down in their base here to stall this one out.
Yeah, and to back it up, I was saying earlier that normally when I watch Panther Core, the one thing that they have when they get into these really late game things, a lot of time they do have the Ornn, to be fair. But they also have like a Senna or some like scaling late game AD carry. Jin really isn't that. Like, he does scale fine, but like...
The one thing we see Jin do in these fights is you get that extra little bit of move speed just to get away from the Kassadin early and draw them in. The problem is it's really hard to get back in once you're zoned like that. You had the Alistar die first in that fight. It was really hard for that Jin to do any damage. They got maybe 2 auto attacks and a Q wall that whole fight.
Yeah, it's rough. And the big difference maker for me here is the dive. Got all this mobility.
Ducklord does find some CC right now on Earl King. He's able to hit Kassadin a little bit, but not a fight you want to take.
Yeah, I think you stay away from Kassadin until the other 4 players are dead, if you can help it. And then you might have a chance.
12-1 has the Rabadon's finish, as the Void Staff finish, almost full build on that Kassadin.
I'm a little unimpressed with the lack of Medjay's.
True. Not bold enough.
Who needs it?
You get the other stacking item.
The ultimate from Jin trying to just hold on, but Earl King is all the way back. The drop of the Ornhorn now. Can he find any CC? It's going to find 2 of them. Now they're going all the way in a massive cataclysm. It's going to lock up 4 in one spot, but a shockwave's going to follow. 3 of them have already fallen. The 4th one goes. It's a triple kill for Earl King, and Tark is able to dodge that one. But 9-30 as KFC are going to level up the series 1-1 right here.
I'll say it right now, I was wrong. He's just too ridiculous on the Kassadin, and you should probably just ban it. This is why they held mid-pick for last, not picking the Akali, not picking the Sylas, because they knew that Earl King would get 16 kills and 2 deaths, one of them being a late-game fountain dive for like literally no reason, and just show out 100%.
Shady Gecko, jungler for the team, saying it best in chat. Earl King giveth, Earl King taketh away. It is how it rolls here.
That's some high tier jungler flame where you're just blaming all of game 1 on your mid lane.
It is the way.
That's perfect. I'm still giving Shady Gecko MVP for game 2, by the way. I don't care how good Earl King looked on Kassadin at level 16. Like,
that
as a current Jarvan abuser, I agree.
Well, Les Force, you mentioned the roams that were coming out of Vexrax are what enable Earl King to do so much because he has such a safe early game. In game 1, he didn't have a safe early game. In game 2, he did. When he does have a safe early game, it's a completely different world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just, I mean, saying time, that's just how Team Fried Chicken plays. They've done it so many times. Game 1, Panther Core didn't really fall for the trap. This time around, they got the Flash Moon, pre-minion spawning. They come back mid a minute later, chunk him out. They get early kills on Cass, and where Cass is supposed to be, super weak and kind of not much of a champion. So they bailed him out of the hardest part of his game. We're now going to game 3, and I am very, very, very interested to see what adaptations Panther Core look to make here.
Well, so a big thing going into game 3 that I feel is going to dictate, I think Panther Core is taking red side. And I think that makes a huge, huge difference in the draft. Because we saw game 1, if Tark gets the right matchup in mid lane, they can shut down Earl King with the right kind of map movements, the matchup, the strategy that they're employing. So I kind of expect to see them opt into that.
Hey guys, speaking of employing, the reason that we're able to be not employed but doing this for free and volunteer work is because of our amazing sponsors. We're going to ship over to our wonderful commercials before Game 3.
Good idea, yeah.
A six-pack of beer is just a six-pack of beer. But a six-pack of coriander? Now that's something to celebrate. Carefully crafted with one main ingredient, one signature flavor, coriander transcends hops and malted barley. And with our new easy-to-open bottles, you'll be able to slug down a sixer faster than you could ever want to. So grab a friend and raise a glass to craftsmanship, because a coriander shouldn't be enjoyed alone. It's the only beverage of true refreshment. Coriander beer. It takes two to tango.
Hey there, this is Buggleberry Finn from the LBLCS. I'm excited to bring you the news about a new coriander product, Coriander Cognitive Supplements, or CCS. These clinically tested supplements are mind control pills. They remove all thoughts and memories that aren't about the LBLCS, and they're safe for all ages. I take it 14 times a day with my coriander beer, and you should too. Let me give you an example. Have you ever felt out of place, confused? Is your home life a wreck? Your relationships falling apart? Everybody getting promoted at work except for you? Is that bully Derek back? Don't worry. CCS is a solution for you and your kids. Here at Coriander Labs, we believe in medical science, and we don't believe in therapy or working through your problems. Join us on the adventure to enlightenment and making sure that you can only think about one thing, the LBLCS, a safe place for all.
Coriander cognitive supplements may increase the risk of death, spontaneous combustion, permanent memory loss, insanity, hallucinations, dementia, warts, increased toe growth, and mild indigestion.
Here at Coriander Labs, we're committed to one thing and one thing only, helping you forget your life. The best part about this pill is you don't need a doctor's note. You just need to join our Discord down below. So go ahead, make the right choice for your life and forget about it. We'll see you online.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. A groundbreaking day in LBLCS legal history.
People would die without schmeckles. People can't live their lives. They can't get food. They can't get corianders. How would you expect to live without a schmeckle?
Schmecklegate. You saw it because you were there. The people were there. Mighty Fool sent money to a place it didn't need to go.
What people don't realize is just exactly how involved Dingus was in all of this.
The Mighty Fool played his hand, and I was one who benefited.
You thought you could get away with this?
I'm tired of pretending he's innocent.
Hey guys, welcome back to the LBLCS. Thank you for bearing with us for all of our wonderful ads. Definitely not fake ads, definitely real ones.
Fake. That last one was fake.
Fake.
Allegedly fake.
Allegedly fake by the person who definitely didn't do the Schmecklegate.
I don't know.
We're waiting to be invited to this last game, so if the people playing it would kindly invite us, that would be like
Very cool.
really cool, right?
I think so.
March 28th. Are you in any way related to a player named February 28th that used to play in the LBLCS? Do you remember Feb 28th?
Yeah, of course I remember Feb, dude.
Like, but Grandmasters.
I remember playing with Feb because I got to support Feb and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's like literally not playing the game. It's like they invented Yumi for people that support Feb because it's like, why would I even move differently than this guy? Absolute
That's true. And just remember, Feb was doing that on like 150 to 250 ping.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Any reason they were playing on that high ping? Was it like another server type deal, or
Yeah, just like where they live versus playing in NA.
Yeah. Gosh. I
bot
want
play
to
was
believe
nuts.
I want to believe they're in draft right now, and I'm gonna try to get a link. So I'm gonna switch this over to the draft screen. Oh my god, I was
I'll
finally
beg.
invited.
I'll beg.
Perfect.
Good begging.
Oh my god, we got an invite. I can't join.
There's a spot now.
I joined. I'm gonna have to play though, because I'm not inspected.
It is
They
gonna
could
be.
use the Kog'Maw.
It is gonna be Panther core on the red side. So like you were saying, Mighty.
Yeah, of course it is. I knew.
It's that expert analysis.
This is what I'm saying, man. Earl King, man. If you watch this VOD, hire me. I'll help. I'll give you your mojo back. No more Cassidy in mid.
Well, like I feel like he kind of got his mojo back on his own last game. You know, what was it, 16-2?
His team carried him. Shady Gecko had
I
that
won't
guy
disagree.
on his back, kicking and screaming till level 16. Just saying.
That's just how Casson operates. To be fair, let's see. No draft links coming through yet. I'm assuming Panther Core. Well, honestly, both teams are probably having some talks about what they got to do this game because again, whoever loses this goes home. Whoever wins moves on to the semifinals, where I hope to get to face off against them next week because my team is on the other side or the other matchup in this side of the bracket. So
you got to play one of these teams?
Assuming my team wins, which again, I've got a tough matchup, but if we do win, I will face whoever wins this game here.
Good luck, buddy.
I know who I'm rooting for. You know, like as a caster, unbiased, as a player, I know which team I would rather face off against.
Yeah, well, it's not called PC, right?
Well, it's PC, and I'll tell you why, right? I haven't gotten to play against Jackie Boy and Ruffian that many times. I've played probably like 20 games against the Team Fried Chicken banner in the LBLCS at this point. This is the first season that we haven't been in the same group. I have to play over and over again. So it's like I want to see some fresh blood, and I want to be able to potentially send Ruffian and Jack home. I don't know. We did beat him in the regular. We beat him in the regular season. We're heading into draft now, though. Still no Nyla. I think we'll probably see some very similar bans. Although Panther Core, they might ban the Jarvan this time around because I do think Shady Gecko is playing really well on the Jarvan, and you have to ban it on the red side.
And I think a big key part of why they're allowed to pick something like Cassidy is that they still get some early game productivity out of a pick like Jarvan. And they also had the Ashe in that bot lane that could play a little bit more aggressively because they have so much CC. So they had all these early game pressure points that they could work with. Team Fried Chicken still banning away the Zac. I like that. They're maintaining that adaptation.
Now, if they do ban the Jarvan, it means that Zyra will be left up. Although personally, I don't feel like that's where Vextrax is. Like, I don't want to say they're best at playing, like this pokey, AP support. I really think that they're at their best on the engage style. And Fried Chicken is banning the Jarvan. is
Whoa.
very surprising to me.
They're blue side.
They're blue side, and so they're banning from themselves essentially. They haven't. They're the ones that have picked it, and there's the cast ban.
Here's one thing I'll give as like my 2 cents, right? Ash Zyra used to be a really, really crazy good lane, right? I'm a support player with 420,000 mastery points on Zyra. The champion sucks right now. So there's so many champions that just kill the Zyra plants too quickly. And they're all good.
As
So
someone
Ash
who
gonna be
knows
locked in right away.
yeah,
I
Sush
like
was
it.
really good on it last game, and just in general, I think it allows some early pressure. It allows for Vexrax to either make active plays or they can go make roams mid. Poppy left up for the first time, and that is going to be the lock-in for the name that you have been struggling with, Itaconic.
Right, yeah. I think it's also a potential flex. I know Duck Lord has other preferences for top lane, but it's always an option. We'll see what the other lock-in is here. I would be surprised not to see like AD or support here. Probably AD though. I think Kaisa makes sense. Yeah.
Perfect timing. It's all. Are you sure we're not a couple seconds ahead? I don't know.
No, I just know what Nyla likes to play.
It's just that expert coaching analysis you're trying to offer to Earl King. If that's not proof that you should be enlisted, I don't know what will.
Yeah, I could be a player and a coach, right? There's no rule against that. I don't know. I'm an admin. I should know, but fucking don't.
Anywho, we do see the Nautilus still up. I wouldn't be shocked if they just go again.
Away.
It's,
Yeah.
it's my turn now to call it out with 2 seconds left. We saw this bot lane do really well. I think you're gonna have to have an answer on the Highlanders. I don't know if it's gonna be something that directly counters the Naut, or if it's gonna be. I mean, personally, I think a Braum. I think is a tremendous pick, especially into the Ashe. I know Jackie Boy plays Braum. I think it's okay with Kaisa, so that'd be what I want to see.
Let me tell you what I would play.
Okay.
Morgana.
That is not something I synonymize Jackie Boy with, but
it's so good here. So the Black Shield just counters both of those champions right away. Trundle makes no sense. That's bonkers, bazooka, crazy. I know Popoba's probably in the chat freaking out right now. He's like, hey, he knows my champs. He loves them. It's just that's I don't get it. Morgana's crazy here. It does work with Kaisa fairly well. It gives you that double range matchup, which kind of nullifies some of the advantages you'll get out of the like Ashe lane. Tristana obviously gonna make it pretty obvious. It's not a flex. Tristana mid is the game plan.
Technically, those two champs could flex as well. Trish could go bot, Kaisa mid. We saw that a lot earlier in the season.
No way in hell Ruffian is going Tristana over Kaisa.
I'm just saying, there's like a 50% chance it either happens or it doesn't. There's the Jace ban. Again, Earl played that a bunch. We see. I'm expecting some. I would expect some support bans from Fried Chicken. I feel like taking away the Braum or things that are really good into Naut, you want to take those away because otherwise Nautilus just has a super hard time.
Yeah, and I'd say that the one thing that weakens that Braum ban is that like I don't think that PC Highlanders really have the picks that are going to be like countered super hard by Braum other than maybe like what they're already showing. Like they're not going to be the ones picking an Orin here. It's not in Gaptops's wheelhouse. Earl King isn't going to play some like long range engage CC mid, like even like a Seraphine or something, which in previous iterations of PC has been a staple pick. It's just not the MO of a team like Team Fried Chicken. So that though makes some sense as we see in the Gwen already in the matchup. A little surprising that they're gonna go with something like that, but they are blue side, so they can't counterpick for Gaptopsu here.
Yeah, so trying to protect with any matchups they think could be hard. I mean, maybe we see the Renekton again. There isn't a ton of frontline so far on the Highlanders, so we're assuming this is support here. There's really no reason to pick a top laner here on 4, unless it's a really, really strong pick for some reason. Couple seconds ticking down. It's gonna be the Rel. Jackie Boy Rel.
I'm gonna give my 2 cents on this and say that I don't like this pick. Now, it does satisfy two of the things you're talking about. It gives them another frontliner. And on top of that, I think it has really good synergy with the Kaisa. You're talking about like Braum obviously providing that CC, also blocking in front of that Nautilus. Rel is going to be able to do that and then some, going after this immobile AD carry. Again, at a Sushi Monster, the patented Ash, right? Jack's going to be the go-to for Gaptopsu, blind, which mad respect. Very high confidence in this pick. See what the option is for Earl King here. Would not be surprised to see once again the Akali come through, or even the Victor, which
And we're on a roll with calling it with 2 seconds left.
Mhm.
Victor in the mid lane. Everyone get ready to critique the builds, starting out from the moment zero. As far as top lane, I was taking a quick look at the champs played this season for Ducky Lord, and it's been Camille, banned Gwen, banned Ornn. I don't think you pick here. And then it's like a Shyvana or a Cassante. So I'm looking to see what for answer to round out this comp is going to be.
Asan is bad and whoa, Poppy Top.
Yes, so that very likely it's going to be Poppy Top and Itaconic taking the R5 Viego.
I love that. I love that so much.
I gotta
I
shout
think-
out. You called it at the beginning that this could be a flex top, and I kind of just threw it out the window. But here we are now.
So yeah, and I actually also forgot about it, to be honest. So we're back here, full circle, seeing this happening, and I love this. I think Itaconic in game one in particular had a very, very good game. And I think Viego gives you that proactivity that they were kind of lacking in game two. This is going to bring it back. This is going to give Itaconic that option to kind of farm, but also go proactively ganking, taking plays around the bot side probably as well, and putting pressure where I think Trundle's going to struggle just a little bit. Yeah, I like this draft for PC Highlanders. I think Team Fried Chicken is very comfortable though.
Yeah, it's not too different for what we saw in game two. I mean, you have a Trundle instead of a Jarvan. They play a pretty similar role, kind of like semi frontline, semi bruiser, and then you got Victor instead of Kassadin. Whereas pretty different look from Panther Core. I really want to see the spot lane kind of get the ball rolling because last time they played more weak side. Jhin, Alistar, Kaisa Rel can have some pop off into this Ash, but it's gonna depend on that early lane, how Vexrax is able to impact the lane, go mid. Our Panther Core can be able to punish while he does that. I'm pretty excited here going into game 3 as we are switching over into the pick ban.
Yeah, and I'm kind of thinking through how this went. They kept a lot the same through the ban phase. And I think being one and one in the series, that makes a lot of sense. They kind of are identifying what was strong, the Jarvan adaptation. A little weird being banned from Team Fried Chicken, but they saw how potent it was from their own side. And then Kassadin obviously going to make sense, I think, from PC after that showing from Earl in the late game. But like moving through the series, this is kind of where I'd expect them to be at. There were a few curveballs for sure. I think the Poppy is the big one for me.
Yeah, Poppy, not a ton of targets that they can necessarily use the what's the steadfast presence on. You have the Jax, and technically you can stop the Nautilus, but I think Poppy's really gonna have the opportunity to have some big ults coming through in those team fights. If they can knock the Jax out of the team fight, and that would give Panther Core, that couple second mark to go all in with the Rel Kaisa. If they're able to, potentially knock away the Nautilus protecting the Ash, there's I think a lot of pressure on this Poppy, and then a lot of pressure on Viego, who's another champ that you want to be playing from ahead. You don't want to be like behind the 8 ball playing the Viego. You want to get that early gold, get those resets, and you have those pop off moments.
Yeah, and I think on top of that, like absolutely there are a lot of like lower mobility picks for the side of Team Fried Chicken. Poppy's not going to be able to use that steadfast presence to really block a lot of those dashes. But the one character that they can block a lot of dashes from is in their lane. So there is a lot more ability to kind of hold that 1v1, I think, with this Poppy pick into the Jax. Obviously, when they picked it, they didn't know it was going to be a Jax, but that might have influenced the flex up into the top lane, allowing for this Viego in the jungle, which I think is kind of one of those points that is giving a slight edge in my mind to PC's draft.
Yeah, I was real big on Trundle Jungle there for about a week, a couple weeks ago. It was feeling so good, and then I looked and I noticed I was 2-9 in solo duo on it. So I've since retired it. It can work if you're into really beefy team comps, and in this game specifically, if Shady Get goes quick enough on the pillar, can disrupt the rel engage. I think that's gonna be pretty hard, when it's coming like to this late game flash ults coming out from the rel. But you can dictate some tempo on Trundle. Could look to be aggressive. You have the Q that does the AD drain, but I do also favor Itaconic here. And we do have, speaking of Shady Gecko, Banana Man, Serenity Imperials mid laner and captain, cashing in a hunk alert
The
for what I
hunk alert.
assume is Shady Gecko. I think that's our first hunk alert of the
That
series.
is, yeah. That's big. Okay, so I mean, you're talking about the Trundle win rate, and first of all, just ask my teammates about when I played all the arcane champs at support for like 3 weeks. And I mean all of them, like Vi, Caitlyn, Victor, all of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I probably would have not enjoyed playing those games.
No, it was most of them had about the same win rate as Trundle for you. But
Surprised it was that high.
yeah, no, crazy. Actually, Victor and Vi were both better than the other ones. So just putting that out there for all you support mains that want to try something weird. Try Kog'Maw and LeBlanc first, and then go cycle down to like the real dog shit, like the arcane champions. But like if you want to play something really good, Kog'Maw and LeBlanc support. Telling you.
LeBlanc support is very obnoxious. It can be super oppressive. I've played against it a couple times. Thankfully, I'm out of the support role at this point, so I don't have to deal with it personally. But just that laning, the trading pattern, W in, get your damage off, and just leave before the support can do anything. Not fun at all.
Well,
as
I'll
we
tell you
see.
what the regular LeBlanc supports aren't doing in solo queue. They aren't Wing to get level 2. Like that's what you do in mid.
Yeah.
You just W the wave. Yeah.
Get that early lane prio, that get that level 2, go for an all-in. You get the root right after the fact. If you have an aggressive AD carry, of course. It doesn't really work if you have like, I don't know, a Twitch.
You're playing LeBlanc. You are the aggressive character. Like
That's true. You don't really need AD carry. You are a mid laner playing support, right?
You W in an auto, and if they try to hit you, you just W back, and you take no damage. It's fine. Yeah.
Spartan, I'm not confident that Victor was featured in the hit game Fortnite. I haven't played in several years, but I feel like that's probably inaccurate. I mean, maybe chat can correct me, but I don't think that. I think Jinx made it in, but
actually, they did take arcane characters, huh? Like into the game.
I think so. And Fortnite's really interesting in the fact that it has like that museum of just hodgepodge of characters that pop up for whatever reason. But that is
the weirdest crossover ever of all time.
That is neither here nor there. Apparently Victor was in Call of Duty. That's with Snoop Dogg, because of course, what better pairing than Victor from Arcane and Snoop Dogg? Get him on a feature track. Yeah.
Kidding me?
All right, while we're loading in here, final call. Who do you think's taking this game and why?
Hit me with the hard questions. I'm gonna check the skin game. Okay, I don't have time. I think PC is gonna eke it out, but it's gonna be a very, very close game. That's my opinion.
I think we'll see the aggression from last game come out for Fried Chicken, but I think Panther Core are going to adapt better in that early to mid game and stop allowing those plays to come through. And I'm also going to go with a Panther core win here to secure the series and stop the dynasty of Team Fried Chicken as we see a full 5-man top. Ducky Lord, gotta see it though.
Yeah, he
Should have
sees
seen
it.
it.
Doesn't drop the word. But they know. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a little bit of personal bias going into this call. I myself was knocked out of playoffs at the hands of Earl King on Victor while playing an AD mid against him. While playing Varus middle.
Yeah, I think it's big to recognize the fact that, hey, like, I'm making this pick because I have a personal vendetta, right? And as long as you admit it, there's nothing wrong with it. We do see the wards get dropped on both sides, so both jungles should know exactly where the other one is. I mean, especially on Panther Core, they have both buffs warded. So great early vision there. But yeah, I also have been eliminated from the playoffs by Fried Chicken and Earl King and company more than once, I think. So
Everybody's been there.
yeah, everybody's been there. Hopefully not this season.
Oh yeah, well you still got to run at it, so I mean best of luck to you there. I am gonna say for the mods and others in chat, if we haven't done the schmeckles for this round, go ahead and put that up. I don't know if it's gone through.
I do believe that the Schmeckel bet has gone live. It looks like the majority are betting on Team Fried Chicken. So
interesting. Okay. I mean, they are the favorites coming in just based on the seeding. So.
They are the favorites. They've won financial the last 2 seasons, so it makes sense. But the casters have a different read, so we'll see if we are right or if we are wrong. A little bit of trading top. Well, maybe not. We'll see. But this is about the point of the game last time where we did see Vextrax roam up to the mid lane. So this time they are kind of stuck in lane. Hopefully, if they do make that kind of play, hopefully Jackie Boy and Ruffian can be really quick. Kind of call out like, hey, my Nautilus isn't here anymore. We see, looks like Itaconic skipping over the Raptors, and as actually did Shady Gecko on the Wolves. And Gecko's going to be up here top first. Ducky Lord got to be careful. Not going to spot him out. And that's going to be Gatatsu. He's going to hit the E. Ducky Lord in a bit of trouble. Going to run under the tower. Going to get knocked up by the pillar. Try to flash over the wall. But that is going to be first blood for Shady Gecko on the Trundle. And Fried Chicken off to the early start. Meanwhile, Tart going in the mid lane. Gets the pop off. But look who's here. It's Vextrax. In a rough spot. He has the W, and that's a flash, and that's going to be a hook. And that's going to be a flash in from Earl King, and that's going to be another kill into the pockets of Fried Chicken. We call out that aggression. Itaconic is here, maybe looking to try and make a play. Tart gonna TP in, but I don't think there's a play here for Itaconic. He's gonna have to. Ooh, Itaconic walking up. He's not even looking. Gonna drop the W, but that's gonna be a lot of damage coming through. Itaconic in a rough spot. Gonna have to walk it up. Jackie Boy with a massive stun, and that's a big W going in over the top. Tart going in. Shady Gecko with a flash. That's a flash over for Itaconic. And he's gonna pick up the Trundle. Tark now going in between the towers. I don't think there's more of a play here. But this is
what a play for PC coming up from the bot lane. And this is what we're talking about. These teams both very proactive, looking to support their mid laners. A massive skirmish at the 3.5 minute mark in this game just breaks out. I think that was 4v4 almost, as the AD carriers were a little late to join the party. They were rotating through.
They were coming up. Ultimately, the play sits with 1,000 gold lead for Fried Chicken as Gatatsu going to jump in here. A lot of damage coming through, picking up that shield, going to be big. Oh, Ducky Lord might just be dead here. Going to have to walk this one out, and that is going to be likely a teleport having to come through. This Jax very strong early with that. They didn't get the first blood, but they got the first blood kill participation. That lethal tempo going to be big here.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention earlier, but Shady Gecko with that gank on the top side, showing through as the hunk 100%. Good choice in chat, as game got evened up just slightly with that play, but still about 1,000 gold advantage already for Team Fried Chicken. DC Jackie Boy going to be rotating back into the mid lane, only level 2 at this point. I'd be a little bit worried about maybe even dying to Earl King coming in at that level.
And we saw this game 1, 2, or maybe, no, it was last game with the Alistar. Just Jackie Boy fell behind in levels, didn't have that 6 for a really long time. and just kind of made it difficult. Itaconic kind of hovering. Jackie Boy looking to come in. Tark going to jump in, and that's going to be a stun under tower. Jackie Boy going all in. Itaconic tanking, and that's going to be a kill over to Tark, and we are now evened up in the kill count. And
That's
Jackie Boy
obscene.
proving us wrong. Just heads up
That is
there.
obscene levels of campage. I'm so sorry.
Well, you don't get a name like Earl King and not get the camp. Sometimes it's from your team, sometimes it's from the enemy team. Talk about camping. Shady Gecko up here in the top lane again. Gonna get stunned up by the Jax. Ducky Lord gonna do what he can. Actually gonna be able to walk that out. I'm surprised that Katatsu wasn't able to get a couple more autos in there, but huge play to be able to survive, and the immediate reaction. Panther Core on this dragon, gonna get this early mountain, which last game we saw what that impact of having that early, armor and magic resist from the early dragon was able to do. So that's gonna be an objective.
Yeah, the margins in those fights so tight. A little bit of extra stats will absolutely make the difference. These dragons are huge. I'm gonna say though, this is like the we are not the same. That top lane gank is not the same as your support is camping mid so hard they're level 2.
This is true. And talking about camping top, I don't think we're done. We see Shady Gecko up here again. Ducky Lord doesn't know it's coming. They don't have the flash. The pillar gonna be knocked out, and there's gonna be the Poppy are gonna knock the Trundle away. I don't know if they're gonna be able to walk this one out. Gatatsu doing it, pumping in the damage. He's gotta run this out if he can. Ducky Lord gonna drop to Gatatsu. And this camp is relentless in the top lane. They're trying to get Tatsu ahead on the Jax. And so far, it's looking good for Fried Chicken.
Yeah, solo kill the reward, still maintaining that gold advantage. It's shrunk a little bit. And I think very important this game, we've seen in both games, I think, this series, that Ruffian got a little bit behind Sushi Monster in the CS. But this game, Jackie Boy on a comfort champion. They've got kind of a comfort champion for Ruffian as well, and doing a bit better on this Kaisa. So even in CS down there, pretty close in mid lane as well. Tark showing through again on this Tristana middle.
We saw how good he could be on the Tristana game 1. I do think as we see just a little bit of trading coming through, this trade's actually looking not bad for Ducky Lord. As a lot of people hovering around that mid lane once again. I think Panther Core is going to have to start investing some vision in this top side, trying to put down some wards so that Ducky Lord can play, the game as they're going to go in for a stun against the wall. That's a lot of damage coming through. Gatatsu going to jump in with the counter strike. Ducky Lord going to try and do what they can. The flash in to get the shield, and they're going to be able to walk this out. Does Gatatsu follow? Are they trying to bait? And that's a flash in, and that's a stun, and that's going to be another kill over to Inaconic. A huge kill. Very well played bait there from Ducky Lord. Just playing the limits. Ooh, the Ashe are not going to hit. That's going to be another kill over the Viego. Going to pick up the Scuttle. And this Viego is starting to snowball a little bit. Got that little bit of a lead over Shady Gecko.
Yeah, and I think this is like very big for PC. Like, this is more than we think it is because of how important I think this Viego will be for the early game. Tark going in on the mid lane, though.
Yeah, but that's a lot of damage coming through from the Victor R. I think Tark going to have to back this one off. Vextrax going to hit the hook. A little bit of damage on both these supports. Ultimately, I think that favored the Team Fried Chicken bot lane. And Tark's going to have to reset here. This does get the advantage for this Rift Herald over to Fried Chicken, but Viego is looking mid, and Tark is sticking around. This looks dangerous. Itaconic. Gotta walk this out. Yeah, Vextrax coming up. I think that they're pinging it on Panther Core. That's a lot of damage onto Tark. He's going to be able to walk this out. I don't know if there's a play here. Vextrax going to get spotted out. Tark's got to walk this one out. There's going to be 3 people under tower. I think you got to just walk this one away. And Vextrax's going to hit the hook. And there's the pillar, but then there's the ult from Viego. Itaconic. Huge there to get that 6. And ultimately, it's just going to be a plate, perhaps 2. I don't think they're going to have the damage for that. Not the end of the world there for Panther Core.
Extrax is 1 creep from level 6. 1 creep.
Just
he actually hit it walking out of lane there. He killed a ward or something.
Just that super slim margin. That play could have looked a lot different if he had the 6. Unfortunately didn't, but look again top. I feel like I'm saying this over and over. Gatatsu might not even need him. Ducky Lord going to pop the ultimate. Gonna knock away the Jax. The pillar comes through. He's stuck against the wall. He's gonna try and do what he can. Hit the Q and the E, but ultimately Trundle with his bonk. He's gonna hit him over and over, and that's another kill. Jackie Boy gonna walk this one out bot. But yeah, that's just again time again. Yeah, ult, big ult coming down. Rel doesn't have the ult though. Viego coming down here. They're gonna be spotted on this ward, but that's a flash in from Jackie Boy, hitting on the Vextrax, and that's gonna be another Q, and that's an ult coming through. They're gonna just try and chunk him out, and that's gonna be the kill over to Nyla. That is huge, and then the massive hook from Itaconic, and they're gonna W over the tower, but the ult doesn't hit, and Sushi Monster able to get the kill on the Jackie Boy. Oh, and Nyla's so low. They're gonna have to walk out. Tark trying to go in between the towers, not gonna be able to get Sushi Monster. The flash did get burned there. Ultimately, yeah, this game is so high octane, and again, we're not even gonna get a chance to slow it down. Itaconic looking mid, gonna pressure Earl King off this tower. That is a Rift Herald. Rift Herald over to the pockets of Team Fried Chicken. We'll see if Panther Core are able to make a play on the other side. Looks like Itaconics, they've got a lot of gold, so they need a reset here. Perhaps get their Mythic, I would assume, and there is the Triforce. Ooh, Vextrax Hex flashing over, and perfectly well played. Hits the hook, hits the W from the Victor. Tark and jump away. Crazy ultimate. What a massive, absolutely massive ultimate there from Tark. Saves them. And Ducky Lord, time and time, gonna get knocked up there. The Blast Cone, he's trying to dodge it, and he's gonna be able to not get Tatsu away. And oh, look at the TP. I don't think the Shady Gecko has the pillar, and he's gonna, oh, he does have the pillar. Gonna knock him up. That's gonna cancel the TP, and that's gonna be 3 members on the top side. Another kill onto Ducky Lord. Gonna try and run this one out, just waste their time. Panther Core looks like they're...
Get assist here? This is crazy. Oh my god, what the support play. Yeah. Didn't steal a kill there, so he doesn't get the assist. But he just opts out of the auto. So if I take this, I'm kind of a bad person. I think, okay, so one thing that I was going to bring up earlier that is super relevant still in this game, as Jackie Boy is still level 5 and Ruffian is level 8. That rotation mid earlier from Vexrax, where he was almost level 6, was like a 2.5 level lead over support. So there is no possibility that Jackie Boy could ever match a roam for like the last 6 minutes.
Yeah,
that's what that early roaming did.
Finally has that level 6. They are able to pick up that second dragon, so that is good for Panther Core. But meanwhile, in this top lane, Ducky Lord pinging that the assistance. That's going to be a second crash of this Rift Herald, and that's going to be a lot of damage in the top lane. The reinforcements are coming, but I don't know if there's going to be a play to make. Itaconic and Ruffian starting to head up that way. I think you gotta switch something up here in the top lane, perhaps. You know, Ducky Lord is the primary focus of Team Fried Chicken, and it's working so far. You can see that's a near 2,000 gold lead for this Jax, who is going to be really hard to deal with. Jackie Boy Hex flashing over, gonna look for a play onto Sushi Monster, and that's gonna be an ult, but an ult from Sushi Monster, and that should be a death there. Oh, a dodge on the Viego W, but he is still gonna go down. Kill over to Kaisa, and that's gonna be a nice pick. Heads up there. It was a good look on the R from Sushi Monster, but just the reinforcements were there. Speaking of reinforcements, Viego in some trouble. Shady Gecko has, and that's going to be an ult in from Vexrax. Going to get knocked up over and over. The ult doesn't come through. Jackie Boy, nowhere to go. Just going to have to head for the hills if you are this Kaisa. As Tristana's just going to push on the bot side. But another one fight for Team Fried Chicken.
Yeah, and a little bit of a missed rotation there is I think Earl King was looking to walk up. He is going to be available to catch this wave on bottom lane as his team is sieging into the mid lane. Still has the TP available. Shady Gecko in trouble.
And Shady Gecko in a lot of trouble here. Kaisa trying to do what they can on the back line, but the pillar going to hit, and that's going to be a hook back in from Vextrax. I don't think there's going to be much of a follow-up. They're going to walk this out. A good hook there to keep Shady Gecko alive.
Yeah, weird rotation again. Earl King opting to walk up as the back from Tark came out. No TP available on Tark, so you can just sit bot, push a wave. Maybe a little bit of afraid of that, like, lurking Tristana in a bush. Like, oh, I get one shot if she jumps on me. You're up 20 CS, man. Like, just go for the fight. Yeah. What are the odds you die with Flash?
I'd say 50%. You know, it either happens or it doesn't, right?
That's not how that works. That's still not how that works.
Well, like, I think any math major would probably say otherwise, but until I'm proven wrong, yeah, I'm just going to die on that hill. Having Tark come up to the top lane, I think this is a good call. I really just don't think Ducky Lord's able to contest the Jax with how much pressure they've kind of had put on them this game, as Gatatsu going to jump in, but that's going to be just a well-buffered W from Tark. Yeah, I think Poppy's got to get out of this lane somehow. You didn't get the reinforcements top, which makes sense. You know, you're playing the tank top, but you're down quite a bit at this point. You got to, you know, hope your team can kind of help you out with that. We see Everyone
So
else
that's
lined up evenly.
That brings up an interesting issue here because top lane is so far behind that I don't think there's anywhere that Poppy can comfortably match without just sitting turret, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no matchup like Vexrax helping on anybody is a guaranteed kill on Poppy, right? I think Earl King could probably just actually solo Poppy, like, if they just traded full damage, you know?
Yeah,
So
Poppy. I agree. I think Poppy has definitely had a rough go of things. They're going to try to stun up Earl King. They're not going to be quite able to. The ult coming through from Earl King. That's a lot of damage. The Poppy are going to miss, but then look at the flash in. But Rel going to knock him up, and that's going to be a kill over to Itaconic, most likely. The TP actually got canceled on the top side by Tark. I'm assuming used the ultimate to cancel Gatatsu's TP, and that's a big play bot lane. Another kill going into this Viego. They're going to attack this turret. Don't think they have the damage to quite take it out, but a lot of damage coming through, some more gold, and this Viego is pretty strong for
this
Panther
is looking
Core.
good for our prediction, honestly. PC getting the proactivity lead again, as we saw it definitely coming through 14 fried chicken in this early game, but cresting the 15-minute mark, now looking at just a 2,000 gold lead, which, given the early game, not bad for PC overall. And
No, and I think
they're doing fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that we kind of called this heading in, that we thought Team Fried Chicken, with that scrappy style, they ran game 2. We figured that we could see some early, plays go in their favor. But as long as Panther Core is able to hang around, I think that they have the ability to kind of win these later team fights. And they've got those dragons stacking, so Fried Chicken's gonna have to come into them. They're gonna have to fight these objectives, and all it takes is a massive Rel flash, get that first Viego reset, get the Kaisa unlocked and loaded. And these fights could look really good, despite the gold lead technically suggesting that it's Fried Chicken favored. And you can see everybody's down here for Fried Chicken.
There's another critical thing that I think we have to talk about moving into this 20-minute mark: mid-game power spikes, and who has better mid-game power spikes. I think Tristana and Kaisa, especially on the Kaisa upgrades, are gonna be really, really good moving into this mid-game. Viego just blows them out of the water with this gold lead as well, but Viego really not pushing onto that second item. I don't know if there's a back missing or if it's just a farm thing.
Yeah, they're sitting on about 2K right now.
Yeah, so it's definitely like there's some gold in the pocket. Viego's gonna be crazy on 2 items. So
yeah, Viego gonna be really strong. I like this call from Panther Core. You got those 2 Drakes in a situation where Ducklord's gonna go in and try and do some damage, gonna walk that one out. I like the call. They got the 2 Drakes when the game was kind of at their hardest. And so they go for the tower top. They get the gold. Ducky Lord in some trouble here, though. I don't know if they know it. I don't know if reinforcements are coming. That's going to be a TP in, and that's going to be a double ult out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, look at the flashing for Gatatsu. He's now looking at a flashback over. Sushi Monster going to drop, and that's going to be a tower shot. Going to take out Ruffian in the end. Jackie Boy
Earl
now
TP'd.
left by himself. Earl King TP'd in. Oh, the flash in from Jackie Boy. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Tark gonna get hit by the Vexrax Q, followed up by the ultimate, and then the ult from Trundle. They're gonna run this out. Great pillar, gonna force a flash out, but the flash in, and the Tristana ult gonna knock him under the tower. Ultimately, I don't think they're gonna have the damage for this. Tark gonna be taken out, and there's not enough damage left to kill the Poppy. What a crazy sequence.
Okay,
Mid lane and
hold the fuck. What just happened? Did Earl King really just get punted out of bot lane by a Poppy, and then the TP mid? Or where the hell was he? What just happened?
I don't know. We don't even have time to talk about it. They're going to hit the bone plating, and I think the Ducky Lord likely not making it out of here. They are going to get chunked down, and that's going to be a killing spree over for Shady Gecko. The kill count going to 11-7, and this gold lead starting to increase for Team Fried Chicken. Panther Core gotta find some answers here if they want to be able to hang around in these later team fights.
This has to be the scrappiest pair of 2 teams that you can find in any League of Legends game on planet Earth right now. That's insane. What just happened? There's like 3 minutes of straight action, and these teams still have summoner spells to use. Like, actually, maybe they don't. Is every summoner spell but like Viego's flash down? Right
Every summoner, well, unless we count Hex Flash as a summoner, in which case,
no,
those are unlocked. I don't. Team Fried Chicken going for the Rift. I don't know if they're going to be able to kill. I mean, it's going to be close. It despawns in about 5 seconds here. They're going to have to get some good pops on the eye. It's going to despawn here in just a moment, and that is going to be just in the nick of time. Smite coming through. Huge objective at the last second. gonna be going into the pocket of Shady Gecko. Bot lane, we see Poppy trying to answer the Jax, trying to alleviate their team from this pressure. We see a big clump of people in the mid lane. I don't think we're gonna see a fight just yet. I think there was a ton of fighting there in the mid game. Need a little bit of a lull, try and get some items, really for everybody at this point. You got, Viego sitting on 1,000 gold. You've got a lot of people nearing those item spikes. Looking at Tristana, probably needs about 1,000 gold to finish their item. And you got Dragon in 2 minutes.
There's one unsung item spike in this game that is paying dividends right now for Team Fried Chicken. It's the triple plated steel caps.
The Poppy W gonna keep Vextrax from getting away, and I don't think there's a way out of this. No flash, and that is 3 members. Vextrax gonna try and do what they can, but that is another kill over to Iconic. And again, we just see pick after pick. Just heads up there from Panther Core. Huge W from Poppy to be able to knock that up, and this tower is just instantly gone mid lane.
Yeah, plated steel caps didn't do shit there, honestly. But there is a problem for Panther Core's comp as they're getting further and further behind in gold here, which is that armor really does beat the shit out of their comp. They have mostly 80 damage, if not almost exclusively.
Yeah, we don't see Ruffian going any AP. Is actually Shady Gecko going to be caught up here. That's going to be all in, and he is just getting bursted out here into the backline. Nyla able to pick him up. Meanwhile, Gatatsu in the backline. That's going to be a massive Sushi Monster Ashar. Rel goes down. Jackie Boy goes down. Gatatsu going to be knocked out. Going in. Sushi Monster going to hit with the Viego W, and that's going to be a kill over to Itakana. He's going to get the resets off. He's flashing in, trying to get this damage pumped out onto Vextrax, but Earl King is now here, and I think he's going to run for those, but that's actually going to be a knock up into the wall for Ducky Lord, and they're all going to be flashing out. I think everyone's got to run for the hills. Ducky Lord's going to drop on the Victor R, but meanwhile, look at Tark trying to do the damage. Gatatsu going to jump in, and that's going to be a kill over to Itakonic. That's going to be a kill onto Tark, and all that is left is Ruffian. Going to pepper in autos on this Kaisa, but massive team fight there in the second half for Team Fried Chicken.
How is Earl alive? That was a fully stacked Tristana bomb, the shielding, the healing in the middle of the fight coming through. Absolutely insane that he gets a triple there. 4-2-0, nice. Going to be the score coming through into this 22-minute mark. And that is, I mean, we're talking about this gold lead building and building and building for Team Fried Chicken. But looking at the state of the game, honestly, PC's been doing great pulling this back. And actually, they're in the lead on the Dragon stacking. Now we see Shady Gecko's set up. Teams rotating in. They are ready to pick this up. Infernal will be the second Infernal of the game, stacking on, and this is what you want to see if you're playing Victor going into the late game. That poke's gonna hurt.
That extra damage definitely going to be a problem. Even on this Ash, going to cause some issues. Definitely a good dragon to stack if you're going to be getting multiple of the same kind. Panther Core, again, luckily they have those 2 early dragons, so it's not as if they have to contest them right now. But that's not going to last forever, you know. They're down about 3,000 at this point, maybe 3.5. They're going to have to find a way to get some gold in their pockets, get an advantageous team fight. Earl King here being covered by Shady Gecko. Panther Core does know he's down here. We see Ruffian in the vicinity, gonna run once they see the Trundle.
Yeah,
but
and speaking of Ruffian, there's one big thing that has come through, a pickup from Ruffian, going to be moving into Nashor.
And that's going to be the ult coming through from Vextrax, but it looks like Shady Gecko going to be caught out here, and that's going to be a flash over the wall. Nautilus R going to knock up Itakonic. Jackie Boy getting super low, and that's going to be a massive re-engage from Jackie Boy on the rail. Tark going to knock him all away with the ult. That's going to be a kill over, and then a flash in from Gatatsu, going to take out Tark as well on the Tristana. He is under tower. He is trying to do what he can. That's going to be another flash force out of Kaisa, and that's going to be a mid tower going down here. Earl King has joined up, trying to pump out the damage, running under the tower. I don't know about this one. That's going to be a shutdown massively over to Ducky Lord. Nyla going to have to run, pops the cleanse so they can get out. But yeah, that was
that's some question mark pings right. Yeah, we're seeing him in the chat. That was a little strange from Earl. I think equally strange was Jack just opting to go in 2v4 like in the mid lane. But not an even trade there, as Earl King is worth so much to this lineup. They are going to risk it for the Baron. This is a little bit of a coin flip. Itakonic has the Blast Plant, has other avenues into the pit. They're going to realize this and back up.
I think that's the right call. You don't have to fight this Baron. You have the advantage. You just want a big fight mid. You got that tier 2 tower. You don't need to go for the Baron. I do think, again, getting that shutdown, ideally you would have liked it to go on to maybe your Kaisa or your Tristana, but getting 700 gold is 700 gold, and that does kind of bail Poppy out for how that early game was going for him. Jackie Boy going to clear out this vision and might have entered a little bit of a lull state. Hopefully.
Yeah. I'll say one other thing about Earl King going down, which is that dopamine hit of like, he can die. You're like reminding your team and yourself, he can die. You know, the king can bleed. Like, you have to go after him, and when he goes down, it feels good. So I think that's going to play into kind of momentum here, which is a thing in series that we talk about so much. This has been back and forth. The game has been back and forth. The series has been back and forth. Every single little momentum swing till the end of the game is going to matter. So little things like that mean a lot more than we think.
Yeah, we see Panther Core all around this Baron. I don't think they're going to look to start. Going to look to just clear out some vision. This gold lead really hasn't increased on the side of Team Fried Chicken, as we see a bit of a death brush, but ooh, massive there from Sushi Monster with the Ash Hawk shot. Going to catch him out. Death brush not going to work out this time. And yeah, the gold lead has remained about the same. Sushi Monster actually going to get caught out here. Itaconic just going to absolutely burst him out, and that is just a dead 80 carry. And this is the window that I think Team Fried Chicken has to be worried about. Look at the reset attempt there from Earl King. He's going to get stopped. Going to pump out some damage onto Ducky Lord. I think looks like Panther Core on the other side, and that's going to be an ult actually from the Poppy. Just trying to get him away. Ducky or Shady Gecko gonna get caught out by the Jack. Rel engage, and that's gonna be a 4v1. I don't think Shady Gecko's getting out of this. Ducky Lord on the TP back in, and that is a dead jungler. You have about 40 seconds here. This could be a Baron angle for
Like
Panther
Baron.
Core.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I was about to say, whereas we're talking about these picks, there are really good targets. There's only 2 of them, but they're both immobile. They find that pick onto the 80 carry, onto Sushi Monster in the mid lane. Crazy good play from Itaconic. Instant ultimate from Ruffian. They're rewarded here even more.
They might look to fight after the Baron is taken. It is taken by Panther Core, but then the hook from Vextrax is going to land on Jackie Boy, and he is just going to be so close to dying. I don't think he's getting out of here. Everyone else is heading for the hills. Gatatsu going to look to go over the wall, perhaps. I don't think he has a way, but Vextrax going to flash over, and that's going to be a knock-up onto Ducky Lord, who's going to have to flash away as well. Ducky Lord getting slowed down there by the Victor, by the Vextrax. He's going to maybe get out here. Oh, but a massive hook from Vextrax, and that is going to be a kill over to Earl King. They get out the people who they want Baron on, though. Rel dies.
Somebody's clipping pixels right there.
Poppy
Somebody's
died,
peeking
a little bit of
angle.
a little bit of lollipopping on the Nautilus. Vextrax clearly proficient. They know exactly what the limits are. It's going to be a top tower. We'll see how Panther Core want to go about this, because it's 25 seconds on Poppy. It is soul point. It'll be if Panther Core, or if Fried Chicken rather, get this objective, they do lose the Baron, but they'll be the ones on soul point. So it looks like they're posturing in the bot lane. They're going to try and contest and hope that Poppy can get here. Rel has the flash. I'm watching Jackie Boy on this as Itaconic going to look for some damage on a Gecko. Good amount of poke there from Ruffian. And they're hopefully just able to stall this long enough for Poppy to come down.
Yeah, Poppy, no TP available, as you're saying. Gonna take a little while to get into this fight, but they do kind of have the tools to stall this out, as they can threaten with these Kaisa Ws and with this movement from the Rel. Gotta remember that I don't know where exactly Poppy is. They're still not gonna be in time though.
Yeah, just that couple second heads up. It was a 5v4. Fried Chicken used that advantage, and they've now got 3 Infernals. This is going to really start hurting. There's that lollipop didn't quite work out for Vextrax, and going to take a little bit of a Kaisa poke on the back end. But
I don't know
now
about a lollipop. He walked into the wall.
Well, I think he hit the tower actually. But regardless, it's now up to Panther Core. They got to do something with this Baron. You got that massive pick on the Ash. You got the jungler, but you have to ideally, get something back for this Baron. You've got it on your Tark, your Nyla, these 80 carries that are pumping out massive amounts of damage. But we'll have to see what they look to do with it. It does look like Ruffian is getting some AP in their build, as they're going for a bit of that W poke. They got the Nashers. I believe they're going towards a. We got the Nilsi Large Rod, so we don't know exactly what that's going yet. That's what I was thinking.
No,
Panther
I
Core.
think that's correct. I also think looking at the 2-item spike, or 3
actually no time to talk about that. Vextrax gonna get hit by that hook. Actually, Itaconic gonna eat it, and that's gonna be Ducky Lord knocking him into the wall, and that's gonna be a kill over. Itaconic actually taking a lot of damage here. Oh, the hook gonna miss from Itaconic. Tark gonna jump back in, and that's gonna be a flash away from the Sushi Monster. Oh, Poppy getting under the tower. A lot of damage coming through. They're gonna have to walk this one out. I don't think Poppy's getting out. They're able to get the bot tier 2, and they're gonna have to run for the hills. Jackie Boy gonna knock him up, gonna W away, and I don't think the Shady Gecko is gonna be able to catch him with the pillar.
Yeah, Earl just straight up recalls after all that. Shady Gecko looking for the chase. Not gonna find much, and I think this trade is actually really good for Team Fried Chicken. They are set up, and I want to see them use this a little bit more. Just have Jax split push. They really have not put the pressure in the lanes to allow for that. And I think part of it is just how good Panther Core has been at finding these picks. They're a little bit afraid to spread the map around. But they do have TP on the Jax. They should just be running the side lane push, kind of respecting the other parts of the map, allowing PC to kind of equalize pressure everywhere but that lane, and then pushing in. And it's just a very difficult push and pull kind of thing, especially in a high pressure series like this. We are seeing, you know, a lot of major item completions for Panther Core coming through. It's really changing the pace of this fight.
Yeah, with that Jax, they did index into the Zanyas, which does suggest that it's more of like a team fight. Hit the Zanya, you know, massive E, and then Zanyas, have your Counter-Strike back up type of build. So they are indexing more into the team fight, which, yeah, I mean, that advantage they got early as Earl going to walk this one out. Not able to necessarily have that impact on the side lanes like you were talking about.
Well, I think they're also just struggling because there is some really potent team fighting from Panther Core, especially with this rel that Jackie Boy is so well known at this point for, and the double 80 carries behind this big front line. And they've been struggling in some of these fights. They're still at the advantage. They've caught up in the Drakes. They're doing really, really well, but they're not putting the pieces together as well as I would hope for moving into this late game. Scaling is still good, but they have to execute.
Sammy, any It Takes Twos directed towards Buckleberry Finn are now going into my pocket. So Mighty, you got 10 seconds here by yourself as we do see a Baron coming up in about a minute.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying your pocket and then just distributing the 10 seconds to me of like taking two. But yeah, I'm good with that. We're looking at the map right now. Earl's going to pick up this blue buff and probably rotate into mid for this mid wave. But once again, we're seeing what I don't want to see, Gaptopsu rotating down, trying to join the team. I just don't think that this is the avenue for them to succeed in the matchup. However, if they can set this up correctly, get the push on mid lane as they're doing, and control both sides of the mid lane, they will be first to move on either objective. As Drake is spawning in 45, Baron will be up in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, and this is the call for Panther Core. If you go for this Baron, you're likely up against the clock for the Soul, and that would be going over 4 Infernals to Fried Chicken. All the reinforcements are here. It is going to be a massive engagement. Earlkin just gets caught immediately. Look at that damage coming through over the top, and Tark's going to go down. Sushi Monster and Ash are going to come in, and Ducky, we're going to have to walk this out, and Itakana just gets burst out. Jackie Boy going to drop as well. Earlkin does go down in the end, but that is going to be a 3-for-1 in the end, and that's going to be likely a Baron going over to Team Fried Chicken. Shady Gecko not even in the pit. They're not worried about a jungle steal. They're going to just force Nyla away, not allow this poke. Ducky Lord looking to come back in with the TP. They don't have a flash. Nyla going in for a massive engage attempt. He's going to try and do what he can in the backline. Look at the flash over, gets away from Gatatsu. Shady Gecko trying to follow over. Gatatsu's going to flash over. That is double flashes. Nyla goes down. That may have stalled long enough to where they can't get both objectives. Vaxtrack's not going to hit the hook. They're going to go back onto this Baron, I believe. No, they're going to walk this out. They're deciding, hey, Soul is the call.
Yeah,
they do have Soul.
They're really slow on the Baron right now, and I think they can just opt for this. They are going to lose a ton of DPS if Jax backs, though. This is a little bit of a risky maneuver. As the TP coming through from Tark, I actually really like this call.
Yeah, TP coming through,
and I don't think they can do this.
Shady Gecko and Vexrock's actually going to look to collapse on Tark. There's no reinforcements. Look at the TP coming through as well.
Slow.
From Earl King, the ult gonna knock Gatatsu out of the way. Tark going to be able to go back over the wall. You got Viego coming down. They're gonna start the dragon. You have Sushi Monster just leaving base now, and Ruffian not up for 10. They're gonna try to do what they can here. Tark gonna go for a lot of damage. I think this is do or die for Panther Core. They're gonna turn onto Gatatsu. And the Soul's gonna be.
Oh my god, what?
Boy with the seal onto the dragon. Jackie Boy gonna get hit by the Ashar. Poppy gonna drop here. Viego gonna try and get out if they can. Tark gonna be able to walk out as well. Jack gonna drop on the rel. Gatatsu not done. Gonna be trying to go in with the counter strikes. A huge knock up there from Tark to get him out. And that is an absolutely insane steal.
Unbelievable. How does that even happen? Both junglers were there. They had smite. What? Okay, so they're gonna be able to pick up Baron here. But they are 100%. No one can deny it. they were stopped on the soul. And
They were-
now it's kind of anybody's game. I mean, Baron probably won't be able to end the game here. The respawn timers are not long enough from PC. Insanely good read on the situation there to make that macro move, to send the TP from Tark bot lane and stop that dragon take initially. I think it was probably, in hindsight, a good decision to back from Gaptopsu. Yeah, close on that stage. They got 2.
That
They got
would have
2.
been
That was a little too
insane
much.
feel. Yeah, Baron gonna be heading over to Team Fried Chicken. We do see resets coming out here. It is Soul Point in 3.5 minutes. We'll look to see what Team Fried Chicken can do with this Baron. Are they able to make the final push, get the 1-team fight, and move on to the next round? Or Panther Core gonna be able to stall this one out long enough for that Soul and have just a massive team fight that probably decides the game in about 5 minutes?
And I'm going to say it right now, my opinion has changed. I think we're at that point, 36 minutes into this game, where I can't see Team Fried Chicken losing. Caster Curse be damned. I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, it's looking good for Fried Chicken. They've got the Baron on everybody. They're shoving out this mid lane, sending Jax to the bot side, trying to get that wave shoved. Ruffian doing what they can top to try and keep this wave shoved out in the top side as well. But just looking at a bit of a 4-1 here. Is Shady Gecko actually going to reset? So a little bit delayed on this push coming through. We see top wave's in a bit of a rough spot. I don't think anyone's going to be answering that. And
They're
yeah,
finally
just
doing it.
yeah, they're finally split pushing.
They're finally split pushing the Jax. He has GA. He has Zhonya's. Is there another item that builds out a stopwatch?
I don't believe so. I don't think I've ever seen the double action going on.
It's crazy.
Duckula gotta get out here, get knocked out by the pillar, but they are able to take the blast cone.
We're reaching this point too. How do they answer this? I don't think Tark has all of it together there. Like the ultimate will stall for so long, but like you can't stop this Jax.
Good vision there. Gonna catch out Vextrax. Gonna walk out. Duckula taking a bit of damage from Shady Gecko. Gonna keep peppering in the autos. And look at that damage coming through. Yeah, Jax was walking up for a second. They're just trying to utilize this Baron as best they can. We do see the autos being, or the W's peppered through. Is actually Jackie Boy going to catch Shady Gecko. Damage coming through from Tark. Not going to be enough to pick up a kill, as that's probably going to be the bot tower and this mid tower, both likely going down here with this Baron. Panther Core have to call their shot. Looks like Jackie Boy looking for a massive flash engage, and he goes in. Sushi Monster and Arrow can both able to flash out. Vextrax getting caught down on the backline, and he's just going to be going down immediately. Iconic in on Viego. Meanwhile, in the backline, it's going to be Gatatsu on this backline, and that is going to be everybody from Panther Core going down. That is a 3 for 4, or a 1 for 4. Tark is your last hope if you are Panther Core. I don't know if he's going to have the damage to be able to knock this one up. Tark going to have to flash away. W's back under the tower into the Nexus. First Nexus tower goes down. Earl King looking for the damage in the base. Tark going to try and knock him away so he doesn't die, but that is going to be the second tower going down. And this is just hero time for Tark. Going to get nuked. And that is going to be Team Fried Chicken on the series win 2-1.
And what a series that was. Oh my goodness. Okay. Gaptopsu in that last fight, the timing, the crispest rotation timing, just to wipe out the backline as that fight gets re-engaged from Team Fried Chicken. The noble sacrifice from Vextrax to start it all off. I thought as soon as Jack went in, both flashes being expended from the carries, instant kill on the support, that looked like a PC fight. 100%.
It was looking good there for a moment. Panther Core had that early advantage. They got the game 1 victory, but then just the team or game 2, we saw Fried Chicken get back to their roots. They go for that super scrappy style. They pick up game 2, and then that game 3, Panther Core were in it up until that very end. Massive steal from Jackie Boy on the Dragon. But just that final push, just massive there from Gatatsu, getting in on the backline with that Zanya's, with that GA, really didn't allow Tark and Ruffian to really play out those late game fights. And ultimately, the 1 seed stands tall.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people coming into this, they expected a close series, even though I think we saw one-sided voting from the chat and the bets, right? But I don't think anybody expected it to be this back and forth. This was a very, very hard-fought series from both teams, and 100% congratulations to Team Fried Chicken for an incredible showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, are we doing the MVP vote, or did we set that up already?
I don't know if we did. I do think we'd have to
'Cause
cash out the prediction, but yeah, there's definitely candidates on both teams here.
I'm gonna name you a few. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 Team Fried Chicken members, and I want you to give me a couple from PC. I'm gonna say obvious number 1 here is Earl, right? But I think right behind, definitely Sushi Monster had a really, really good series, in my opinion. Very, very clean AD carry play. And then mm, Shady Gecko, I think, on the back.
Yeah, I think if I'm looking at Panther Core here, it's gotta be I mean, I think for one, I think Ruffian or Nyla, as we keep going back and forth on, I think game 3 was absolutely massive there on the Kaisa. I think even game 2, even though I personally didn't like the Jin pick, I think Ruffian did a lot to make that Jin pick have a lot of value. We saw how low some health bars were getting. He was pumping out damage despite that Kassadin being a massive threat. And then it goes, I guess there's a couple people I could consider, but I honestly think my second pick would probably be the bot lane counterpart in Jackie Boy. I think game 1, obviously Tark had all the, the flashy plays, was massive on that Tristana. But again, the reason that he was able to get so ahead was from those roams from Jackie Boy on the Rakan. And then that game on the Rel, some massive engages were coming out. Got the steal. I think we're gonna have to go back and watch how that one happened. But
It was a Q.
Yeah, was it a Q?
Rel Q. Just a
So
completely unbelievable Rel Q. I see Sushi Monster just question marking as soon as I'm saying the clean series. And that's exactly the kind of humility we want from an MVP candidate.
yeah, so we got 5 candidates. I don't know if we're rocking.
Yeah,
let's
we,
see,
we should get a poll going. I don't know if Buggle's gonna do that or not.
let's see.
All right, I'm gonna go with if we wanted to do an interview, we'd drag in Earl. I don't know if we're gonna do that.
Yeah, if I guess if Fried Chicken would like to be quickly interviewed, I know it is pretty late here, but we could do a couple minute interview if Earl King or whoever, I guess, from Fried Chicken wants to be the representative. I guess go up to community and we can ask a couple questions. If not, we will see.
You know what I'm realizing right now? We just did Gap Topsy so dirty. So dirty.
Well, there's only so many people that you can give MVP candidacy to, and we may not have given him the MVP, but look who's in community. It is Getok.
Take him in here. Take him in here. Get in here.
Hello. How's it going, everybody?
So, what do you think about Earl King's performance in the series?
I think he's a dirty little griefer, but man, is he my dirty little griefer. I love this guy.
In particular, how about that dive with Victor against 4 on a mid turret, inhibitor turret?
Oh, where he sprinted past and got fucking slam dunked by Poppy, like that one.
Yeah, you know which one.
That's my goat right there. That's my king. Then I've seen that man ghost into 5 people at a Nexus turrets trying to farm DPM. This guy has a mission, and he does it. Every game he does it. I swear.
Respect.
Yeah, how was the I guess the team mental, after that game 1? Obviously you guys were like favorites pretty much all season. Going down to game 1, it's only a best of 3, so your backs were against the wall, kind of like what were the comms like, and like who I guess was kind of driving you guys turn around there in game 2?
So it kind of comes down to 2 things. Like at the end of game 1, like not even by the end of the game 1, honestly, by like 16 minutes into game 1, like comms have like shut down. Things are exploding. Like things are not good, and so we kind of like during the middle of the first game, it was honestly at a point where it's like, well, let's just lose faster so we can reset like mental. Like that's where I'm at, and I'm watching my boy Earl King do his damnedest to get us there too, which is wonderful. But our game 2 coming back in, it's it's like, okay, did we have the right draft properties in place? Like, right draft priorities. We take a minute. We took about like 5 or 10 minutes. I can't even remember how long that break was, but we took a minute so that we could mentally reset. And then I just kind of started to bring us back into draft discussions between me and mostly me and Earl to start to try to figure out what we need to do.
We
Because
brought
don't
this
think
up on cast, but if you ever need help with that, just hit me up.
right. Like I don't think the draft in game one was that bad, but there was a lot of other things that fell apart. And so we needed to it was a lot of like team mental reset, and then it mostly came from like Earl King's great. Like he may have, lost the mental, but he brought it back extremely well. And I know that he can do it. So we just kind of rallied a bit on that draft.
I'm gonna segue off this and we'll probably make this the last question because I know it's getting a bit late for people. But
sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But going off of that, talk to me about like the top lane picks because I know there was an evolution over the series, not just for you, but what for what they were picking and kind of the identity of team compositions that you guys were building. And you had this really heavy focus later in the series on the Jacks. Talk to me about what the thinking was with like team composition, but also like your laning experience and what you guys were looking for.
I'm a big fan of Jax. I think that he's really stable a lot of the time. A lot of his worst matchups are only made horrible by extreme pressure on top side. So like if they keep sending like 3-man dives and stuff, right? So I know that like blinding it in game 2 was perfectly fine on top side, and with the Camille taken off the table, I don't. And with Panther Corp banning Gwen on their own in game 2 as well, I was pretty certain that just grabbing Jax would be a perfectly fine ban because it's likely going to be into tanks on top side, which means that their comp comes down to a 2 damage threat. Like you just have Orianna Jhin, and if they have just Orianna Jhin, I'm gonna lock Jax, and we're gonna see if we lock a Kassadin on 5, right? Like that was the main idea with this. Just knowing that it was going to come down to a lot of like tank picks if Camille was off the table, and we were originally denying the Poppy flex between top and jungle early, and then later in the series we decided to just leave the Poppy up because we would rather play into a Poppy and have like our options than play into a Jarvan, and we felt like we were going to give up Jarvan on with our B1 being Ashe because we just wanted something. Oh no, we just wanted to do it. It sounded good. So the topics are just that like Jax is like really stable. I'm fine playing Jackson to Poppy. It's not an amazing lane, but it's definitely not like it's not like the world's ending if I have to deal with this one, right? So
yeah, we definitely went into that a bit, talking about the draft for that particular lane matchup, but it was a little bit of a surprise for us. We brought it up initially and then forgot about it until they locked in Viego, and we were like, "Oh yeah, that is just Poppy top."
Yeah, it was interesting. Like a lot of it comes down to just if they're gonna be playing tanks on top side, like Jax is very stable on like to also weak side, right? Like the lanes aren't ever that bad. So
well, big congrats on the win. You're looking forward to the next playoff matchup. I know Lest was talking about maybe who would be facing who.
Right.
But I'm just gonna give you the floor to do a couple shout outs before we close out here.
Oh sure. Shout outs to my boys at Howdy Chef for keeping me strong in these trying times. When I can just say, hey, guys, I hate my team. No, no. I'm just playing. I like the Howdy Chef guys though, just in general. Like they're fun. I know most of them through high school, so it's been good to see them, and they've been big supporters of trying to beat us in finals. We'll try to get there. Lord knows we keep fights close. As our team is. Big shout outs to my mom. She wasn't here tonight in the chat, but she was here last time. Unfortunately, we lost that series, which was so I couldn't shout her out then. But big ups to my mom. I just love that she tunes in all the time, and I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah. Some big players on that other side of the bracket. We'll see if you guys are able, or if they make it to finals. If you guys are able to make it to finals, I believe our next financial game is I want to say tomorrow. It's either or no, it might be there might be 2 on Saturday. So big action in financial this weekend. I think that's gonna pretty much wrap us up here on the cast. I don't know if Mighty, you've got anything else to say, or if we're good to send these lovely people to bed.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just close it out and say thanks for tuning in, guys. Later, dudes.